An Odyssey station.
If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still till it's all with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's like Florida. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Well, I won't put myself on a pitch count today. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Tobin and Leroy out here with you. Tuesday. Jennifer is here in the building today. Leroy, how are you?
I'm okay.
I've been here a while, dude. I've been here a while.
My traffic was breezy.
No, well, I left super early today because there was a boxing match on from Japan that I wanted to watch. That was on ESPN Plus. Naoya Inoue. He's like the monster. You ever hear the monster?
No.
Well, the monster was moving up to 122, and he was going to try and win his belt in a fourth weight class.
Hold on.
Stephen Fulton.
Hold on.
What?
When you say a grown-ass man moved up in weight class and he's still 5 pounds lighter than a jockey.
What do you, I mean, like he's the monster, dude.
He's
I mean,
the monster. That's the monster.
That's the
Dude,
monster.
Gotcha. It's like
there ain't no 122-pound man in this world could kick my ass.
Oh, he'd smoke you, dude. He's too fast.
Really?
You hit you 4 times before you even saw it coming.
Okay.
And he was
name change.
What do you mean?
The puppy, maybe.
Oh, okay, dude. Okay, you guys think you're so adorable because why? Because it's 122 pounds. Okay, were you laughing?
If he's quick, then he should be nicknamed the squirrel.
No, he's not nicknamed the squirrel. He's nicknamed the monster.
You can't be the monster and be 122 pounds.
You understand what he did today to Stephen? You guys are
did he win?
Wait,
Marcos, I want everybody to look at me right now.
Yep.
This dude better have won because we having this conversation about being the monster and we trying to call him a squirrel. If he lost, then you can't say nothing to us. What happened?
For sure.
Knockout. I think it was round 9, 8 or 9. It was really, really great.
All right.
Because he was fighting Stephen Fulton, who was also undefeated. He had the belts, and so he was moving up to get his fourth, his belts in a fourth weight class.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
a lot of people thought Stephen.
There's 3 weight classes below 122.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually.
Where does it start off at infant?
You got bantamweight, you got flyweight. You know, this was featherweight.
So he's actually fighting at a weight class that's lower than what some of the women fight.
What do you mean? Yeah, I mean some.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're.
I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around a grown ass 122-pound.
You should wrap your head around it because that's what I got here early to watch at 8 o'clock, and I was dazzled because I thought this was going to be a 50-50 fight, and it was not. He dominated Fulton. It was so good. It was such an impressive performance, and like this guy, like you know. People are dazzled by him. Even Damian, you want to know what Damian Lillard did this morning?
What?
The first thing Damian Lillard did this morning? Where can I find the Inoue Fulton fight?
Wow.
So one, I gotta ask: does Damian Lillard not have ESPN Plus?
Huh?
Is he looking for a pirate stream?
And
the second was he can have my password if he wants it.
Yeah.
He can have my password if you want it, dude. I'll give you my password to watch it
after you sign with Miami.
Of course, yeah. I'm not giving it to Blazers, Dame. But if he ever needs it, he's got it, you know. Just let me know. But anyway, yeah, he was up watching the real sweet science heads were up this morning. We were watching Inoue Fulton, dude.
All right.
No. I don't think you understand. This kid he's dazzling, dude. I mean, it's amazing the way he hits you so fast. Like,
How do I spell his name?
I think it's Nayoa, and then Inoue.
Yeah. I
Good
gotta see this
job.
guy.
You did
You
that.
you're raving over this.
Oh, dude, it was incredible. But it was incredible,
He's 30.
dude. I'm
Come
telling you
on.
right now.
So
it was
wait,
incredible.
it's not even an 18 or 19-year-old.
It's his fourth championship. He's won belts in 4 weight classes. You win greats,
Hey, is Christmas Florida a thing?
huh?
Huh?
I'm getting a phone call from Christmas, Florida.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
a
is
thing.
a thing.
Yeah. Pick it up.
Okay.
Pick it up.
Yeah, you should pick that up.
right now.
Even Fulton.
No.
The monster demolishes.
Yeah,
Oh,
demolished him, dude.
Okay.
Like
When
Fulton
you say
barely-
monster, though,
Mm.
aren't you thinking of, more robust human being?
no, because
Oh
the
my
way he
God.
fights
Oh
is just like all
my
offense. Like
God.
I don't want, people are gonna make the Manny Pacquiao comparisons. I mean, you have a
Uh.
Japanese fighter, Filipino fighter, like I get it, but like he really does have a lot of those qualities. He's like super offensive driven. He's a knockout artist, the multiple weight class champion, continuing to move up. Damian Lillard's calling for him to move up again.
Wow.
Which hard to argue.
What's the next weight class? 122 and a half?
You're a jerk.
Pee Wee. He finally can move up to Pee Wee.
I think it's one. I believe it would be. I think it would be super. I think it's super featherweight, which is 126,
I would say go Garanimal.
or junior lightweight. It depends whether you want to
Junior
go.
junior lightweight to me means that they're basically fighting Golden Gloves.
Oof. Man, okay, this guy lays some damage.
He's good, dude. I
He's
told
pretty
you,
good.
the monster.
Yikes.
Can't be a monster at 122 pounds. Sorry.
You're doing that. You're being very prejudiced against
Yeah.
the small.
No, I'm
And
not.
You are.
I
You,
guess
look,
it's-
you can beat the brakes off of all other 122 pound, all 5 human beings on earth that weigh 122 pounds. You can do that. Okay. You're a monster in your weight class. But as far as real
100 pounds,
Americans, I'm talking about people with some meat on their bones, right? 122
You
pound
did
man
beat him
don't
yesterday.
scare.
You beat somebody from Philly today.
Yeah.
A guy who's naturally bigger than him. Beat him.
Not intangibles.
No, not intangibles.
Mm.
Non-tangibles.
I was shocked.
Maybe he was dehydrated trying to get down to 122 pounds as a grown
It's
ass.
his
man.
weight class. He was the champion.
Yeah. And it
Well,
wasn't
Took
close.
his belts.
It was
like
not
that.
close.
Why did he fight him way over there?
Why? Why? Monster
If
money,
he's the
dude.
champ.
Because because dude, it's in Japan. The monster is a megastar. That's why he was fighting at 9 a.m. here. You go where the money goes. You're a prize fighter.
Mm.
What is that?
I'm just saying. Like
You gotta-
prize
you gotta
fight.
be
We waited 5 years for the fight that we get ready to go see.
No.
And
Not
it's
that
not as simple as he's a prize fighter. You go where the money is. Because a lot over here, that's not true.
25-0, 22 knockouts.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Leroy,
Yeah.
watch the knockout. I'm telling you.
All
You'll
the
like-
guys in the world that weigh 122 pounds. Okay, great.
Dismissive.
What is
Leroy.
there? 15 guys?
Congratulations. Good for
15
you.
grown full
Good
ass
for you.
adults.
You're such a tough guy.
I'm not a tough guy.
The monster would dice you up.
That's fine. That's fine.
You know, you
But
just
at
Chuck
any
Norris.
point in time, if I get annoyed, I can go grab his ass and throw him out the ring.
Good luck. Good luck catching him.
Catching him?
Good luck.
Really?
You're very dismissive of the old and the small. You did the same thing to Chuck Norris.
Wait a minute. You're the one that, oh my goodness. No, the old? You talking about me and the old?
I'm
You have
very
a new
respectful of the
new list of things the old like.
Yeah, because I know
Leroy
the old.
showing his boxing ignorance. No, I'm not.
Hey, you're right, Joel. You're right.
I'm not. I'm not saying that this guy is not good. Okay. I am saying he's 122 pounds.
But
Just
who
say I
cares?
do watch boxing. This guy's
So-
dragged me all over the world
Okay,
to
but like,
watch
what's the-
boxing.
For you, what's the difference between why can't you be entertained by 122 pounds? You're going to be entertained by 147 pounds this weekend.
No, I can when they fight each other. But I'm saying, look at it from my perspective and what I did for a living with the guys that I did it with. 122 pounds doesn't scare me.
But who cares? You're gonna watch a couple of 147 pounders.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Why?
Because I've seen them their whole
$1.50.
huh?
It's almost $1.50.
It's all almost, but not quite.
Right.
Not quite. Monster.
Plus, let's be clear.
I'm intrigued.
That fight you watched this morning
Yeah.
is not going to be as big as the fight we're going to see on Saturday.
It's not going to be as big because it's
Okay.
not on pay-per-view, but it was
Okay.
still great. It was still great.
Okay.
Damian Lillard wanted to find it.
Okay.
Dame Dollar.
Where do you think he takes it from here?
Who?
Like, if he becomes a sensation of some sort.
He got to come over here and fight, right?
One would think. You know,
Mm.
keep the train rolling.
22?
Do we have any 122-pound guys he can fight?
He just beat one.
I'm talking about here.
What do you mean here? Like in Miami?
In America. We send out one representative.
He
at
literally just
122
did that, and
pounds.
he got beaten 8 rounds.
What about
Okay.
Javante Davis?
Also
5'5".
They are both 5'5".
He's 144 pounds.
Well,
Javante Davis is like a little muscle hamster.
that'd be a big fight.
That'd be a big fight.
That'd be a big fight.
Come on. Who do you, I mean, obviously, this
I mean,
is
I'd take Javante, but like
yeah.
still, I'd want to see that fight.
I know Ryan Garcia just fought.
He's
him.
going to go up 25 pounds?
Yeah, but they're a couple of 5'5"ers, you know?
Mm.
That don't.
Couple of
Dude.
5'5"ers.
Come on. We've seen fights where
The Garcia
guys,
seems too big. He's 5'10".
Yeah. Man,
But
he was
Javante
5'10".
Davis,
Yep.
maybe.
Mm.
I mean, technically, he is. I mean, he might go 140 pounds. So Leroy's right. He might be like 20 pounds bigger than him at a weigh-in day.
Yeah.
right.
But
The
that's not-
monster.
just do what Manny Pacquiao
The
did.
monster versus the tank.
Just
What
do
did
what Manny
Manny-
Pacquiao. Just do what Manny Pacquiao did to get to 147.
What do
Pee on his hands.
Girls, dude.
Ooh.
Take
you
the
think-
steroids.
You think Manny Pacquiao?
think? You guys are adorable.
Hey man, listen, I just follow you. Hey, listen. I may call you an idiot in all other sports, but I ask you the questions in boxing.
You still kind of call me an idiot for watching 122-pound men fight.
No, I didn't call you an idiot for watching it. I didn't call you an idiot for enjoying it.
I really
See?
enjoyed it.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Love me some Joe Tess. Oh, Joe Tessitore on the call.
Oh.
You know who's not doing ESPN anymore that pisses me off is Andre Ward. It's just
Why?
Tim Bradley. I don't know. He just left. I don't know if he was like not happy with his contract or what, but he's no longer
Is
with
he
ESPN.
going to fight again?
I don't think so. I wish, but I don't think so. You know, I mean, hell,
Would he have just one loss?
no losses. A
No
lot of people
losses.
thought that he should have lost to Kovalev for the first fight
Right.
before when we went to the rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Goosey's galore, dude. Back up to this.
Got what you
I feel I've got to run away.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 here on the show. And let's get some headlines brought to you by the Palmetto Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Miami Dolphins report to training camp today.
Ooh. Yeah. No one made a stink.
No one made a stink, dude. A stinkless off season.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
Wait,
Usually,
wait. Didn't we have a guard or something?
No, he's coming in. Nope, he's coming in, dude. Drew Rosenhaus told him to get his ass to camp.
Suckers.
Shout out to Drew.
Nice.
Same, yeah. He's going back. Sealer not holding out. Christian Wilkins not holding out. Even Tyreek Hill's got this fishing incident. Apparently, it's all resolved.
Nice.
So how does that go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose he upped the ante from $200.
All right.
If I had to guess, I'm just.
Ballpark. What do you think he paid? Let's just say allegedly.
300.
How much would you accept?
For him slapping me upside the head.
Yeah.
For him
No, dude. Like slapping somebody on the back of the neck is a lot different than slapping somebody upside the head.
That's the same thing. Slapping
No,
on the back
it's
of the
not.
neck upside the
No,
head.
it's not.
That's samesies. It's
Come
samesies.
on.
No, it's
It's
not.
samesies. What do you like? How? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah, like how do you? What do you? How are you differentiating there?
It's gonna be hard to press charges and say, "What did he do?" Oh, he slapped me on the back of the neck. Versus, oh, he hit me in the face.
No, upside the head is always like. It's always.
No. If he
you-
just tapped him on the back of the, you just
Upside
tap
the head.
people on the back of the neck.
What do you imagine upside the head? I always imagine.
Wow.
You know,
No.
kind of there on the back. You know.
Oh, now all of a sudden it's in the back,
Yeah, that's upside.
close to the neck. So you're trying to make it all tie in. Let's stop.
I mean, hitting the back of the neck is in a lot of ways more dangerous.
Oh.
It's very vulnerable.
Whiplash.
Either
Really?
way, resolved.
You don't have a back of the neck.
Wow.
Your head sits right on your shoulders.
You are
Are you
a
talking
jerk.
to Marcos?
What a guy. He goes from little shaming to fat shaming. Look at this.
I'm
Look at
not
this
fat
dude.
shaming. I'm not fat shaming.
Big neck
dude.
shaming.
Wait. Hold on. Having a neck or not has nothing to do with your size.
Well,
It's just your overall makeup.
Nah, dude, they call me the giraffe. Look at this thing.
no one.
No, they don't. Nobody called you the giraffe. Really?
They call me that.
It's an
More like the turtle.
Yeah, somebody once called me on the text line a thick snapping turtle. I've never forgiven that person. Drama free though, dude. I mean, like it's drama free.
I'm glad that we can be entertainment for Twitch and give them their feel good as they
Yeah.
rip us all day for 4 hours.
Pretty much all. That's all I got going on all day, every day. But look, dude, I want to see people walking into the building right now. You know, like I haven't. Have there been any videos of that yet, Marcos?
Ooh, building cam. Let's check in.
I like to see key cards.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's how I know. I mean, you know, let me check up.
So is practice today or the meeting today? Because you usually have that team meeting and then practice the next day in the physical.
No,
So
no
they might have-
practice today. Just reporting day.
Report. So here's what goes into reporting. You probably have a meeting tonight.
I gotta sign in.
You get a physical and you get your drug test.
Whoa.
Just realized what you said.
I hate this so much, dude. I can't
What?
even see people's tweets if I'm not logged in.
He had to sign in to X.
Gotta sign into X, everyone.
That sucks, dude. Yeah. I don't see anybody
don't see
in the
anything
building yet, Marcos.
Messed up, dude. Messed up.
Yeah, man. Like, where's my football content? Dolphins?
Bangs is there probably.
Yeah, the old love getting there early.
He was probably watching the fight.
Probably.
He's a fan of
The old
monster.
love a scrap.
Oh, interesting question, Marcos.
Yes.
Do frogs have necks?
That is an interesting question, actually.
I mean, they have you would think, right? Like they have a giant throat.
No, though, dude.
Huh.
They have no neck. They
about
can't
that?
turn their head.
That's true.
They don't have to.
We noticed that from you too. You
Well,
never turn around.
I move my whole body.
I want you to do that all day.
What's that, guys? What?
What do you think is acceptance for that guy who, resolved the incident? Do you think he just?
I don't think it's money.
Do you think he got to race the cheetah?
No. It's to the
No.
game.
Tickets to the? Yeah, I feel like stuff would be the way I would.
No,
On table.
straight cash, $5,000.
Yeah, $5,000. Yeah, $5,000 seems appropriate for a rich man like the cheetah.
Here's the problem.
Definitely more than 200.
You're not paying $5,000 for the incident.
Yeah.
The incident probably wouldn't cost you $5,000. What
time.
you're paying for is to make it go away.
Right.
Yeah.
So that making it go away costs a lot more money than going through the process and having this over your team's head and your head for the next 3 or 4 months.
Now, I guess he supposedly could still get suspended.
No,
If the video,
really?
he could.
Are
Like,
you
let's say,
serious?
I mean, he could technically.
Dude, I would. Let me just say this. You understand that instead of holding players accountable for stuff like this,
Mhm.
you actually make them more of a target because more people are going to look into getting in these situations and getting paid or something like that because a player is going to want to avoid the whole circumstance, even though you may be innocent or guilty.
I get
May
you.
be
Look,
innocent.
Hopefully the video is not bad, but like if the NFL gets the video and they find it embarrassing, they could still suspend them. I don't know what's on that video.
And man, that's normal everyday
It's not every day.
situations.
People are not slapping each other upside the head at a marina every day.
He didn't get slapped upside the head.
Back of the neck.
There's a big difference.
I don't think there is.
Big
Wait,
difference, Leroy.
hold on. Let me explain something
Marcus,
to
get
you.
over here.
Wait.
No.
Let me explain. Let me explain something to you. Have you ever hit somebody extremely hard that you slapped on the back of the neck?
Have you hit somebody back?
Like,
of
I'm
the-
just saying. No, usually it's just where you hit somebody, right? Has a lot to do with the physical nature of it,
Mm.
right? So if you hitting somebody in the face, you're going at somebody's face a different way. Like
Well, he supposedly was held back. Like he was supposedly very pissed off in this situation.
okay.
So like, this is not like it was like
So people,
like Three Stooges. Like the word was he was not happy. That's why I'm saying like I hope everything is going to be fine. It sounds like if all parties are cool, then it should be cool. But you know the league. If the league has something that they deem embarrassing, that has not stopped them before. Just because legalities are put aside does not mean that they will not go and suspend. They've done this plenty of times, Leroy. I don't understand why you find this to be a surprising thing.
I have a hard time believing that a situation where somebody gets slapped in the back of the neck is going to result in suspension. I
I hope
do.
you're right.
Because that's everyday circumstance. I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm not
Really
saying
not
that.
everyday circumstances. I don't
But
know
I'm
why.
just saying that's a situation that two people, it got heated or whatever happened, right? And like, come on. All right, I
When's the
get it.
last time you put your hand on someone, like outside of the football field?
I tell people right away
Yeah.
that if we fighting, we fighting. I ain't playing around.
For sure.
So if you
That makes sense.
if you come at me in a way that warrants physical altercation, right? You best believe I'm gonna be a man first. And the hell with what anybody thinks of that I have every right to be a man, and I don't have to like let people walk over me because of the job that I have or have had, right? Because people take advantage of that. And I just want I'd let people know, hey, buddy, if you come over here with that nonsense, you're gonna get a 2-piece because I am a man first. And usually that they look at me and they realize, oh, he's serious, and that's the end of it.
But also,
But I don't go,
you've You've also never.
No, I don't get mad. That situation right there, I wouldn't get mad enough to put my hands on anybody. I don't just put my hands on people like that.
Which
right?
is why this was just strange. This
Right.
was just like, he did what? What did he do?
No, it was a very strange. Everything about the story was strange. Like
Right.
from the you're going on a boat to try and fish for somebody you're going on somebody else's boat to go fish for tarpon, which nobody fishes for tarpon. You're supposed to give them scraps. You know,
Right.
crows of the dock. You know, you just see
Tarpon
them.
is fun to catch. You just can't do nothing with them.
Yeah, they're just like little vacuum. You know.
Really? Are you that abreast to the wildlife and what
Oh,
fish
dude,
do?
you don't like. It is fun seeing a tarpon suck up something in the water. Little
Are they
vacuums.
big? How big are they?
They can get
They
pretty
get
big.
big.
They can get pretty big.
Wow.
They have
get pretty
tarpon.
big.
They have tarpon fishing tournaments.
Yeah, but nobody does it off the dock. Like you don't do it
No,
off the dock.
not off the
like,
dock.
And so I guess with the technical, like they went on. His friends went on the boat,
Yeah.
and it wasn't their boat.
Yes.
Oh, so
But
they were going on the boat to fish off the dock. Technically,
They were done fishing. Like the
Oh.
trip was over. They had come back allegedly, and then they're like, "You can't fish off the dock, but you can fish off a boat." But they went off a boat that wasn't the boat they were on.
okay.
So it was somebody else's boat.
Well, you
I
can't
do
just
actually.
get on anybody's boat.
You can't just get on anybody's boat.
Yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
although it does feel like the pirates, like they live willy nilly. You know, you ever
Yeah.
see somebody who lives in a boathouse?
It is willy nilly.
Do have a. This is just came across from Shams. Pretty scary. It says USC All-American Bronny James collapsed on the court Monday and had cardiac arrest. Was taken to the hospital, is now in stable condition, no longer in ICU. They have a statement along with it. It says, yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny, took him to the hospital. We asked for respect and privacy to the James family. We'll update the media when there's more information. LeBron Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. Really scary. Damn, dude.
That's scary.
Yeah.
LeBron on cardiac arrest yesterday on the court.
Man,
That is very, very scary.
that's nerve-wracking on a normal situation to know that it is someone like LeBron James' son. I can imagine everyone like, no, this is everyone all hands on deck kind of thing. This is
Crazy.
a scary situation for sure.
Yeah, man. Listen, the way those training staffs act, we saw this with DeMar Hamlin too. Like,
Yeah.
they really they have the
There-
life in hands in those
There is
crazy-
more required of the medical staff at any level than has been required in years, right? It's just to be able to identify issues, to be able to treat issues and get them the necessary treatment. It's pretty amazing that, you know, we look at training staff and go, oh, he's a trainer. He tapes ankles and ice and does treatment, right? But it's far more detailed than that because they have to do some of the most serious things until the medical team, until that player or individual needs to get to the right place. And in a lot of cases, what they do in those first few minutes will determine the success of the treatment and what's happening to the player. And I'm talking about with broken arms, legs, concussions, things like this. DeMar Hamlin, right? It is amazing the job that they have to do. And a lot of times you can't name one person on the training staff.
Yeah, wild stuff, man. So glad to hear that he's doing better and hope for a full recovery for
Yeah,
Bronny
first you
James.
got to find out why.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? When you're that age and you have cardiac arrest, there's a lot of tests you got to have to see if something's not right, something's blocked, what, you know, if he had an allergic reaction to something, a lot of things that he's going to go through a lot of tests before they kind of figure out what happened.
Take a quick break. Back with more after this. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Messi's back on the pitch tonight as they take on Atlanta United FC.
It's an MLS game.
Let's go Pinks.
Yeah.
Let's go Pinks.
It's an MLS team, but they're still in
It's still in the cup, right?
Yeah,
Whatever the hell
still
they're
in the
playing
cup.
for.
Yeah, just Atlanta United.
We're just learning
has been-
soccer, people. We just got Messi.
Wow.
We just got Messi. Give us some grace here.
Yeah, Leroy and I invented a tournament last Friday that already existed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sure soccer fans love that one.
Oh man.
We're like, they should do this thing, and then I got so many texts that are like, they already do that. So soccer,
dude.
love it.
Soccer does have a lot of the ideas. They love the tournaments.
Yeah,
That's why we can thank soccer for this in-season NBA tournament.
I still
you
don't
know?
understand it.
Although I did see we're probably going to get Suarez too, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I saw that Josh Richardson was loving the fact that the Pinks just have like all this money to throw around at the good players, which I'm a fan of too.
Yep.
Well, I was listening to Whittingham yesterday,
Ooh.
and they were explaining how they could do that. So you have like these designations for all these different types of players you could have. In the last year, they were clearing their roster of all these designated positions so that they could bring all these guys in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has to do with if a player's designated a certain way, they only count this much against the cap.
I honestly think like the soccer salary structure, it sounds like it's got even more shenanigans than the NFL.
Oh.
I mean, like they got a lot of willy-nilliness going on.
Yep. I think I.
That being said, super excited to see Messi in action tonight.
Yep.
I want to keep this puppy rolling. Let's go.
Is he looking at Mbappe like $1 billion? Huh?
No, but everybody was. A lot of the NBA guys were making that joke yesterday. Giannis and Dame
here's the funny thing. I was watching Jet Up this morning.
Oh boy, sorry.
And they were saying, Mbappe, $1 billion deal.
Yep.
Is there another player that's worth $1 billion? And they go Patrick Mahomes. They said maybe Jordan, but I'm like, you got a current day player in Shohei Ohtani that is going to be the richest American athlete or get paid the most of any American athlete
in an
American sport.
Yeah.
He's not American. So that I can't believe nobody mentioned him.
Nobody mentioned Ohtani?
No.
That's weird. That is weird. But you would need, see, here's the thing, like you need this there is a level of like you need them to be poached because the leagues already have these guys, under somewhat of a salary cap. Baseball doesn't have a salary cap, but the other sports do.
Right.
Like you would need somebody like to say like it happened with Liv. Like you need these guys to come out there and need to just offer them outrageous money so they leave their situation.
Well, the European League, I don't think they have a salary cap.
No, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're very
but it's weird because soccer is the only sport, right? If the transfer fee is high enough, the team don't give a rat's ass. Give me the money.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So from what I'm understanding is it's a $1.1 billion deal. Mbappe would get 776, and the rest would go to his team.
Right.
If he waits a year, then and he leaves that way, then he would get 110 million.
Yeah, from Real Madrid because he's going to go play there.
Right.
And they get nothing.
Right.
But he's 24. Like, who doesn't want to play? Like you're in the prime of your career. You don't want to play soccer? Like, of course.
You want to play soccer, but you want to get that bill.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's got to hold out for more money. This is what we were talking about.
Doesn't?
Oh yeah, he does, dude.
Dude, it's 7 times what you're gonna make next year.
He's got.
What are you holding out for more for?
Because
they've already exceeded. They've already exceeded anything that you could have imagined.
Trust me, if they have 1.1 to spend on this transaction,
well,
they got 1.4.
Here's the kicker. Rumor has it he said he's not interested.
We'll see.
Okay.
You want to
I
know
mean,
why?
Messi turned it down.
You want to know why he said he's not interested?
Why? To get more money?
Because he get $1 billion. That's why.
No, but Messi turned it down.
Dude, if he ends up getting $1 billion, you're gonna apologize to me.
Okay.
You're gonna apologize to me.
Okay. I'll apologize.
Because that's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah.
They're gonna get it so he gets
yeah,
the bill.
you think so?
Of course.
I mean, is it out of the possibility that he says no?
He says no to $1 billion?
Yeah.
Yes, that's out of the realm of possibility.
Okay. All right. So are you going to apologize for me if he says no?
No, because you haven't said he's not going to take it.
Huh?
No,
He
because
said it. He said he wasn't interested.
Who said that?
Mbappe.
He's on the record, or that's a rumor?
Yes, he's on the record. I've seen it on.
I don't know. I saw him being very chummy about it with Giannis yesterday. Sounds like negotiation 101 for me. Get me Mbappe's quote there.
How's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yup, as in you have it, or yup, you're getting it.
You know I got it. He says, man,
Fake Google.
things.
Fake
He
Google.
said-
A lot of
Fake
fake.
Google. -1. -1.
Realize there was so many Mbappe quotes, dude.
-1 for fake Googling.
-1.
You guys got to be. I'm
Lying.
on it. I could already tell, especially you, silly sauce.
This is from the Daily Mail. Kylian Mbappe does not want to move to Saudi Arabia despite Al Hilal's giant offer. Let's go. Let's load article here. Willing to sit on the bench all next season. All right.
Daily Mail, can't trust him.
Okay, so it just reports that he does not want to play, but it's not his quote. Negotiations, classic negotiation from
Hold on,
Mbappe.
though, man. -1.
-1.
You gotta be Googling something that doesn't exist. I'm on an article that says top 10 Mbappe quotes. What does he become a philosopher, dude? It's
Dude,
strange.
What
I'm
channel
telling-
are the Pinks on tonight?
on
Univision.
Apple, dude. Oh, you're gonna watch him in Spanish again?
Yeah.
Mm,
All right.
I feel like it's
Why
funny.
not? The call's much better.
Whitty had a good call though.
Whitty had a good call. Yeah.
Well, you could just you
let
could
me
get
tell
you could
just
get Woody on
listening
the
to it, he set it up perfectly. And then, in true Whittingham fashion, who doesn't really get excited for anything, showed a level of excitement I haven't heard from him.
he
ever.
loves soccer.
He loves soccer.
He loves soccer. He deserves this.
He does.
He does deserve it. Nobody deserves this even more than Messi or Beckham. Nobody deserves this more than Whittingham.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
I mean, he was
He's number 3.
he was talking about soccer long before anybody else.
No, he's number
Gotta be.
one.
Oh,
No,
he's number 1.
nobody deserved the Messi goal more than Whittingham.
Oh, okay.
Then David Beckham.
Yeah.
Then the Moss brothers.
Okay. All right.
Then Messi himself.
Mm.
And then Publix.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. This is a boost for Publix.
No, classic negotiation from Mbappe though. He's gonna do what I told him. Get a bill
Mm.
for yourself.
Hmm. Interesting.
Everybody eats.
I think he can do it. I don't know if he will though.
Do you think that he has a problem with the Saudi Arabia thing like Ronaldo? Is he worried about like laws not getting changed so like he can't be under a lady pyramid or something like that?
That's right. Yeah, I'm sure he's like, yo, no more lady pyramids. I'm out.
I don't know what Mbappe's love status is.
That's true. I don't know if he's dating anyone either, but maybe the rules or whatever can be bent the same way they bent it for Ronaldo.
If you're bending him for
That's what I'm
Ronaldo,
saying. Like,
you're
know.
probably changing laws. For
Mbappe
Ronaldo.
is what, 12 years younger?
Yes. Yes. But I mean, is he 12 years handsomer? That's the question.
Hmm. He's pretty handsome.
He's handsome, but not, I mean, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
None of them are Beckham, though. Come on.
Wow.
None of them.
None of them
Yeah.
are Beckham.
I saw this great picture of Beckham as all the celebrities had their phone out. He was just
Oh yeah, I did see that.
kneeled
Mhm.
over, just looking at it,
Very
embracing
invested.
it. Like I've been here before.
Yeah.
And I was like,
He
that
doesn't
guy,
need a cell phone.
handsome.
He's got photographers,
Yeah, true.
you know?
Looked like he was taking like a
He's probably got
mental-
Todd the interns, you know, from it.
Hey, Tom, make sure you have the good angle there, love.
I really want it captured this moment, you know,
He
but
wants to make sure it's in his point of view as well.
make
right?
sure I look stoic, but not too excited. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
All right. there. Cheerio.
Okay, like
Wait a
sometimes
minute,
it's
wait a minute.
Australian, other times it's
So that's the English accent. That's the English accent. What's the
started
Irish
English.
accent?
Oh, Todd, would you make sure you got
on.
Spot on.
What's wrong with you?
Dan South says, imagine Pat Riley with his phone out at a game. No, never. Pat
No.
Riley's
Never.
doing that. He's got somebody from the Heat, but somebody from the Heat's PR department. They'll have the phone there, watching Riles. Doesn't Zoe still have a flip phone?
Does he?
I think he does.
Oh my god!
At least in the not too distant past, he's had a flip phone.
He can have whatever phone he wants, but yeah, I mean, I see an article right here. Alonzo Mourning is super serious about his flip phone.
Yeah, he likes his flip. I mean,
Wow.
you know why? Because I
Do you
feel
think
like
he got the new flip phone?
I feel like Alonzo Mourning would hate Angry Birds. Like he can't have too complex a phone.
I think that's why he went back to the flip phone. He got too angry.
You think he just got addicted to Angry Birds?
Yes. Then he's like, Candy Crush, I can't do this anymore.
Break. Hour 2. Coming up next.
Break
Or Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Chris Sims can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Two of the program. Training camp, baby. Who is not excited for this little footy football? Woo!
Yeah.
The coaching, strolling around, perusing the field.
I'm getting there.
You getting goosed up for football, Leroy?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
The Marlins are helping me in that direction, but
Well, you know, what are you gonna do?
but look.
Back at it tonight.
In all fairness to the Marlins, they kept us abreast
Yeah.
until football started.
Get it, hey, Marlins. Gotta keep it going till August, dude. You just took us from the finals
Pretty good.
to August. Let's bounce back, hey, baby. Come on. Get the Rays tonight. They're good. Show us a little something. Show us a little something. That's all. Show us a little something. That's all we need. We're gonna talk to Dan Soder coming up later on this hour. Comedian, actor, best friends with Mike McDaniel.
Wow.
Yep.
Think he has insight on.
So I would imagine when they talk to each other,
Yep.
are the conversations as eclectic as the conversations that we have with Mike McDaniel?
Now you can ask him.
I would imagine so.
Because, like, in order to be a friend of Mike McDaniel, you got to be smart as hell. And
I would think so.
Maybe,
Or you just want to goof off.
maybe those jokey jokes are way over my head because we're simpletons. Like, we never have a conversation with each other and say, "What would Socrates say?"
Well,
because all you
that?
quote was Rocky.
Just pictured that.
that's
Right.
true.
What would Socrates say to that?
Now I do have a friend
Hmm?
who's like that, and you know him, Robert.
Oh, yeah.
We've had conversations, and he's gone off explaining stuff, and I'm like, I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah, what Charles Davis doesn't know is that Robert Smith wouldn't have gotten that run because he'd be too busy quoting philosophy.
Or looking at the stars. He's a big
He's a big
telescope.
astrologer.
Oh,
I'm a big snack time
yeah.
guy.
He has a big ass telescope that he hooks to his computer, and he can point that thing, and you can see pretty much everything.
Does he like believe in like the cosmics and all that?
Man, listen,
Like
you know
astrology?
me. Look, how long have we known each other?
A long time.
How deep have our conversations gotten?
Wow.
So imagine me with another friend. You think we gonna start looking up at the stars and having conversations about their meaning in life? No,
You should do that when you go to Vegas.
Maybe.
You'll see all the stars there.
no. Well, first of all,
guys can
I
connect.
don't think you're gonna see many stars in Vegas. Like that's
No.
some lights.
Maybe some aliens.
Well, that's why you guys do a little nice drive to the desert.
A little.
drive.
Yeah.
I'm not going in the desert. It's hot as hell where we are. I'm gonna stay as close to you.
At night.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm gonna stay. It was last time at night. It was 95. So no,
No.
I'm gonna stay as close to that AC as I can.
Dude. Let's
That's
get
fair.
some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Marlins are back in action tonight. They are taking on the Tampa Bay Rays.
Hey, I'm getting my little baby truck wrapped.
Okay.
What?
They got Edward Cabrera on the hill today, going up against Tyler Glasnow of the Rays. 6:40 first pitch tonight.
So are we out on Cueto?
No, Cueto was actually good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cueto.
Okay. Been a
He
little
actually-
bounce back. You think he got in shape?
I'm back on Cueto, dude.
Because it was a tie between him and Chunky 52.
I wouldn't say he's in great shape, but he is but he was good. He was good his first time out.
Can I make a suggestion to all baseball players as you get up in age?
Ooh.
Stop wearing the uniform you wore when you first got into the league. Get a bigger size.
Here
That
we go.
doesn't help.
We have a new Shams bomb.
Oh, whoa.
Not Dame related.
Okay.
The Boston Celtics,
Nah.
they have agreed with their star Jaylen Brown
Hmm.
on a 5-year, $304 million contract extension.
Wow.
The richest deal in NBA history.
For
Fully
Jaylen
guaranteed
Brown.
with a trade kicker, no player option.
What's a trade kicker? That means
Means if he gets traded, he gets more money.
goodness.
Sweetener.
That's a little sweetener. That's a sweetener. You want to talk to me about sweeteners? That's a sweetener. Y'all want to play games with my money? Extra money for you sending me somewhere else.
So wow.
That's impressive.
Wait, now here's what's crazy about basketball. And we say this about quarterbacks in the NFL.
It's not that good.
The best players don't get paid the most. It just depends on when you're up, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the quarterback
Set the
thing.
market just now.
He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
set the market. There's no market to set. You either get max or you don't. That's
That-
it. So when they say they
Turns the
agreed
ball
to,
over a lot.
no, they agreed to pay him the max. That's it. So it's actually a lot. You don't even need an agent unless you're a free agent, right? Because if you with your same team and they're giving you the max,
You
that's what it
really
is.
don't. You really don't.
You
I mean,
don't.
I think what you need an agent for is basically what Damian Lillard's agent is doing, which is to make a stink for you because you don't like making a stink. But Jesus, Mbappe, what you think about that, dude?
Isn't it amazing
Price went up.
that if you had to go through the league and say who was the highest paid basketball player? Before today, it was Steph Curry, 48 million. Right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
And now it's not even close. It's Jaylen Brown. Now
I would guess Dame's probably up there, and Bradley Beal, if I had to guess the guys.
yeah, I would say they're between like 40, 45.
But Jesus,
Woo! Jokic. They have Jokic listed at number 1 with 55. And then
oh
Steph
yeah,
Curry,
Jokic got his new deal last year too.
Okay.
Steph Curry
All
has
right.
53. Embiid also has 53. Somehow Bradley Beal sneaks his way in at number
That
4.
was his play the whole time,
so
dude.
crazy.
Get
dude.
that supermax, make a stink.
Wow.
I respect it,
Jimmy
but I also
Butler.
got tired of his act.
Jimmy Butler number 6.
Yeah, he deserves it.
He does.
Every penny.
I like it.
Listen, Bam's
But
gonna make a lot of
when
money.
you
next
when you
contract.
go and look at the weight, so Joker, yeah, right, back-to-back MVP. He's a one of one, right? I could see it. But then you talk about Jaylen Brown, and then you go Steph, and then even having Bradley Beal on that list. Like, they're not even going to be listed in the top 10 players.
Well, here's like the funny thing. Here's the crazy thing about it. Like, Bam's extension was 2 years ago, and it was 5 years, 163. So this is like double that.
Oh my
almost.
God.
Right.
Crazy.
Got him for the cheap skis.
On the
But,
cheap,
that's- but,
dude.
but here's the deal. That was the max.
Yeah, that's the most they could give him.
Right. It's not like football where you're the best at your position, and then 2 years down the line you're being paid like the 5th best player.
Right. Like, I don't know when Bam's eligible because I don't know when the extension. I'm not like, I'm not Andy Ellisberg, but
And doesn't he get he was all-star? Was he
He
All
didn't get the
defense
kick.
second team.
He was all defensive. I think he had to make like all NBA to get the kicker to 190, which he hasn't gotten yet.
Right. So now, if he gets all NBA, first or second team, or do they do 3 teams?
First, second, and third.
So if he gets any one of those, right, then it gets an escalator. But it doesn't go that way for all defense also?
No, here's the escalators. I see it right now. MVP, first team, or he gets 195 million. It has to be first team though.
But that's his only.
And he can also get a kicker for Depoy, which is probably why he wants it so bad. 180. That's a pretty good kicker.
I mean, I guess, but that's just on the contract currently.
Currently, yes.
Okay, so what? Because Jaylen Brown, this is his second contract.
Mm-hmm.
So how does Bam get to that money?
Well, his contract ends in 2 seasons, and he has this year, then he has another year, and then I imagine he could probably sign an extension the next summer. So I imagine it's 2 more years till he can sign an extension.
Right, but I'm just saying it still ain't gonna get up to 300 million.
Because next year, because now he's at like 30. By next year, he's at like 35 million. So I'm saying he probably can next time around.
Okay,
we'll see though. I'll see if I can hunt somebody down to give me an answer on that. Not quite sure, but he'd be the next guy who's gonna get. He would be the guy who's gonna get a contract like that from the Heat.
right?
You know, if I had to guess. Take a quick break. Back after this.
Dolphins veterans are
Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, we've got a chance for you to see the Marlins when the Phillies come to town on August 2nd. Keep on listening for your chance to win and go to marlins.com/tickets. So you guys can go check it on out as the Fish. That'll be a big series of the Phillies are reeling a little bit too. So
good.
We need to get back in this thing. It starts tonight.
Yeah.
Even though the Rays are really good too.
That's good though. We don't want to
no cheap skis. Well, listen, the Rockies sucked and they lost 2 out of 3 to them.
Exactly. Cardinals weren't great either.
Nope.
So
Nope.
That's what we need, a little competition.
Everything's kind of in the mix right now, man. You got the baseball right now. We got Messi.
They had ACC Media Day. I got excited for Canes this morning.
I did too. Did you listen to any of the Canes on with Joe today?
I did. I heard.
I did.
I heard Cristobal, and I'm liking what I'm hearing, but I'm still scoring from last season. It was rough.
It was a tough one. They need a
problem.
Big time bounce back.
Yep.
Here's the problem: is regardless of what everybody says, and all the hope that everybody may or may not have, the fact of the matter is it'll all change once we see them play. And right now, we only have our information based on practice. And, you've never heard a coach say, well, our guys are being lazy. They always say, our guys are working hard. We're all, so I need to see it in the game.
Well, I think the difference is, like last year, is more probably what you rail against, which is all hype, and then you get to the season and then the wheels fall off immediately. Whereas this year, I feel like there's no hype. I feel like out of all of our teams in the market, there's nothing people are excited for less than Miami Hurricanes football. Right. And I know that I'm not saying that they're not, still one of the most beloved teams in town. Like I get it, people, football town, heritage team, but there's just not a lot of spice going into this year. It's just like
because there's too much unknown.
Yeah, there's too much unknown, and there's too much. You got to show me. Okay, we gave everybody kind of gave Mario the benefit of the doubt last year.
Well, maybe that was unfair to him too. Like to sit here and think that the players they had on this team and the system they had run in the past was going to all of a sudden just turn around. Like I got to tell you. One of the things that is unfortunate about when you make a coaching change is everything is done differently, right? And so sometimes it takes a while for a coach because before he even talks about, terminology and schematic of how we're going to do things, a coach needs to come in and set the tone with how games are going to be played and the effort in which we're going to go about our business. And sometimes that's the hardest part, to where what you're doing is second to how you do it and how you go about preparing for it and how you get ready for games and how you practice during the week and in the off season and stuff like that. So I think with another year under his belt and having the guys that maybe have bought in a little bit more than some of the guys who left, I think you can be a little more positive, but you still have to kind of treat this as his first year because last year he was trying to get everything right, to get the way in which they're going to practice, the way in which they're going to do things. And then that's not even counting the offensive and defensive coaches didn't really fit what they wanted to do. So you had to change them again.
That definitely, I think, also played into it. Like you go and you get, the assistant coach of the year and you think like, oh, this is going to go great. And it doesn't. Like those fits not, fits not fitting in right away. I think that's probably also one of the missteps. Like we thought, oh, they're going to invest in the staff. He's going to have all the resources that he needs. And so you underestimated how hard a fix it would be because you figured he'd have the assistants to get it done.
Right. But here's the deal. Is that a coaching problem or a talent problem?
Oh, it was very clearly a talent problem.
Okay.
Like
so for we're making all these changes when the biggest change needs to be the talent that comes in. And they've improved that.
when you're getting your ass run off the field by a part of Tennessee, not actually Tennessee, you got to do some soul searching.
Middle Tennessee.
Just the middle of Tennessee, just taking your cookies.
And then they end up like 3-9 or something like that.
They weren't an impressive team, Leroy.
So
I feel like James Madison gave them the business.
So think about this in the last few years. You've had a loss to FIU and a loss to Middle Tennessee State.
Don't forget about La Tech. Shut them out.
That's not where it ends either.
There's some stinkers on there, dude.
Yeah.
They need to be cleansed. Like the Miami Hurricanes just need to be all types of cleansed and cleaned, and just all this needs to get put behind. And so maybe it is a good year. Like maybe that's a good thing. We're going into this, I'm just going in. I'm going to turn on my Saturdays, football me, see what happens. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not doing the Hurricanes. You guys took away my turnover chain. So I'm not doing any swag. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to enjoy my football, and we'll see what happens. And then if it's good, it's good. If it stinks, I guess it's just another year of stink, but I'm not going to be let down. All right?
Right.
The Dolphins can let me down this year. I'm hyped for the Dolphins. This could be
clearly the expectations you put on the Dolphins are.
Yes, this could backfire and blow up in my face. Can't happen with the Hurricanes.
You know what I just remembered too? Didn't we get embarrassed by FSU?
Yes.
45-3.
Yeah.
And you kicked the field goal so you wouldn't get shut out.
Well,
the pain.
Window dressing, dude. Talk a little McCoachin with his buddy, Dan Soder of Billions fame, stand-up comedian, going to be at the Dania Improv this weekend. He's going to call in. We'll talk some McCoachin with him next.
Got what you
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins reporting to training camp today. Very exciting, Leroy. They're walking into a building. Still haven't gotten our first video, though, of them like walking, putting the key card up to the door. That's when you know football's like really back.
They don't do that.
That's what gives you the goosies.
That's what it does give me the goosies. I'm very excited. I need a video of like Christian Wilkins just walking up to the building. So I know football is about to happen and McCochin is going to go there and he's going to, football him up, dude. That's what I need. Don't look at me like that, dude.
Football him up.
Football him up, dude. That's what he does.
Drawing up the plays.
Look, let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. And coming to the Dania Beach Improv, Thursday's got one show. Friday and Saturday has a pair of shows each day. Dan Soder joining us here. He's going to be at the Dania Beach Improv. Dan, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Nice to see you or talk to you guys. See you. I don't know what the hell that was. It's nice to talk to you.
It is good to talk to you, man. Now you, Dan, you are childhood friends with our beloved Mike McDaniel. This man, he charmed us last year. Not only brought us fun football for the first time in 20 years, but he's different, man. Like what was a young Mike McDaniel like from when you guys were friends in school?
Exactly what he is right now. He's exactly, to quote the great Dennis Green, he is who you thought he was. He is a weirdo, a genius, and just like, he's the best. And it's still mind blowing to me that I'm having a phone call with the sports about Mike McDaniel being there. It's just nuts. It's surreal to this day, but I've seen him work for the past 20 years, through different levels in the NFL, and it's so awesome to see him. And I can't believe he made me into a Dolphins fan.
Like last year, because I believe you're normally 49ers fan. So last year when it's 49ers Dolphins.
Here's the real talk about it. I am a lifelong 49ers fan. Bang, bang, Niner gang until the grave. However, because of my love of Mike McDaniel, for the first time in my life, I couldn't cheer for the Niners. I had to go.
Wow.
When they ripped that 70-yard touchdown to open the game, I was like, all right, Dolphins, here we go. And then the best defense in the NFL came a-calling. But I'm very excited for this season. I think Mike and I think the organization has put themselves in a situation where, it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. Getting Jalen Ramsey's mind blowing. I don't know, man. I never thought I'd be this into the Dolphins. I swear to God, I never thought I'd be like reading everything about that I could every day about the Dolphins.
When you saw I guess the relationship that he had with Tua kind of blossoming last year, were you surprised that a guy like him could infuse confidence into a guy who seemingly was broken on confidence? Like they talked about Tua's confidence kind of getting wrecked by the last coaches. So the first thing that Mike did, really harboring that relationship and making him, believe in himself again. Were you probably weren't surprised by that he was able to get that out of Tua?
Mike knows football better than anyone I've ever known, but Mike is one of the best coaches I've ever seen in my life being able to relate to their players because he doesn't do it in a phony way. Everything about Mike is very sincere. And I saw that when he was in Washington. I saw that when he was in Atlanta, back in Houston. Back in Houston, when he started his career with first season with the Broncos, then with the Houston Texans, we would talk on the phone and he would be hanging out with players because he was the same age as them. So I think he came up in a way of being able to relate to players where he's not doing the old military, don't look at me, I'll give you water when you need water. He's kind of makes jokes with them, jokes around with them and really tells them hey, if you do this, we can be successful. So I think that's when I saw him doing that with Tua and then to see how it paid off with Tua playing unbelievably before he was injured, it wasn't a surprise to me because that's just who McDaniel is.
Are you shocked that more coaches haven't kind of adapted that in that, look, you're in this together. And in most cases, the player is going to be there and you're not. One of the things that I had a problem with the last coach is that he didn't instill any confidence in Tua. And Tua didn't ask to be brought to Miami. You brought him here. So shouldn't you do everything you can? I think that's one of the things we all appreciate about Mike McDaniel is that every player that he has a conversation with, it's all about, I'm going to help you and you're going to help me be the best version of the Dolphins we can be. And it's good to see.
Yeah, I think what he really relies on is the fact that it's going to be a mutual benefit. It's going to benefit both people if they buy in. And also the thing I loved about Mike was he looked at Tua and he was like, oh, I see what you can do. And then he started showing him basketball highlights. He started showing him highlights of like, Jason Williams or AI giving little dishes or Kobe. He would show him little like, I need you to make these kind of passes, like put it to the guys that are getting open. So he's really good at reframing stuff in order to get a clearer view on it. And I think that's something that that's always been the way Mike has been. Always. Like I remember when we were in like 8th grade and we were doing homework and I was like, I hate homework because I used to like stay at his house a lot. And I hated homework and he was a good student and he was like, oh, well, like put on music, like make it kind of entertaining to be doing your homework. Don't make it like boring and like eating your vegetables. And that's just always been a thing that Mike has been able to do is reframe situations in order for you to get a better look at it. And so it's awesome that it's really cool that it's happening at the NFL level,
Okay, I'm confused here because you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Mike is kind of a comedian in his delivery. But I got to imagine when you guys were kids, like you didn't think like, man, I got a crazy friend here because he's quoting Socrates to us and we just had a conversation. I said, Tobin, there ain't no way in hell in our relationship is any one of us ever venturing into Socrates.
I mean, the great thing about Mike is he can, it's like in comedy, you want to play to the room. You're connecting to each audience every night.
Right.
So it's like the guys that just do the same act over and over, you can kind of tell and it's boring. But when someone can connect with an audience and relate to them in certain ways, it makes every little thing a little bit different and a little bit better. And I think McDaniel's got that quality because, like with me, I've been obsessed with comedy the way he's been obsessed with football since we were kids. So he was always able to make like silly random references that only I would get when we were hanging out. And that's kind of his personality. You know what I mean? Like he can get into a situation and quote something and you're like, oh, that's random. I don't know why the hell you know that, but it just makes sense coming from him.
Talking to Dan Soder, who's going to be at the Dania Beach Improv Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. Get your tickets to go see Dan. Good friends with Mike McDaniel, show from Billions. I'm curious, Dan, you guys being childhood friends and both having unconventional goals, now that you've both kind of like made it, right? Like levels of fame, great success. Do you guys sit back? Like, are you talking about what famous life is like now that like he's at the pinnacle of coaching? He's hobnobbing with Eric Spoelstra courtside NBA finals. I'm sure you're in with the Hollywood types and all the things that are going on with having a hit show and things like that. Like, what are those moments like? Just thinking about, damn, we've actually done what we said we were going to do.
I mean, what's crazy, man, is that's a 2-part answer. Number one, no matter how successful you get, Mike still didn't get me NBA Finals tickets so I could watch my Nuggets beat the hell out of your Heat.
Right.
But he did miss me on that one, which I was like, come on. If you're going to get me a 40th birthday present, get me some Finals tickets. But I understand he's got to cheer for the Heat,
So you think he was lying? Guy now, Dan? You think he was lying? Like, because I was wondering this too, as a Denver guy, who was Mike really rooting? Because he was there at every playoff
I'm going to tell you right now, as a guy that's watched several Denver Nuggets games with Mike McDaniel throughout the years, he was being very polite to you guys. So I want you to know that he's been taking a beating in our group chat because he felt the need to tell you guys that he thought the Heat was going to win, when I know that he knows, and he's a smart enough man, he went to Yale, that there was no way you guys were beating Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray this year. So I just want you guys to know that he cares about you so much that he would lie to himself that the Heat had any chance against the Nuggets.
Well, that's what. See, Dan, I'm curious about, like, is he being polite to us, or is he being polite to Spo? Because it felt like there was a coaching bromance that was brewing. So, like, does he have?
I think what it is I think, you know, Mike's explained to me, once you get to this level in sports, that really alliances that you had from when your childhood and stuff. Because, you know, the Dolphins home opener this year is against the Broncos, and I'm very excited to go to that game because I grew up a 49ers fan in Denver, and he grew up a huge Broncos fan. And so the seventh grader in me is very excited to watch him and the Dolphins beat the tar out of the Broncos week 3. And so it's interesting because I asked him, I'm like, are you a Broncos fan at all? He's like, man, I gave all that up. But I still think he loves the Nuggets. That's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
Different sport.
It was,
well, Dan, I hate to say this to you, okay? And this is just friends talking. And I think that the next time you go into the chat, you should mention this, is that all the games that Mike McDaniel went to, right? He went by himself and there was a seat open next to him.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Right, I'm in Montreal right now. I almost just punched my hotel wall. I almost just punched my hotel wall.
Hey, you might have wanted to bring it up.
And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. What makes me so mad about that is I know McDaniel did not bring me to a game because I would have been head to toe dripping in mile-high basketball gear. I would have been in an Alex English jersey and tearaway Nuggets pants with a Nuggets hat on, letting the people of Miami know we were about to be NBA champions. So that makes me so mad.
Well, you can't be mad that he didn't bring you there as a guest of Eric Spoelstra.
I don't care, dude. When we were growing up watching Mutombo, and then we were watching Melo get us to the first rounds and get knocked out, when all that was happening, if I would have told them, hey, one day you'll be able to you'll bring me to a finals game, but you'll be worried I'll be wearing too much Nuggets stuff. Man, that makes me so mad. But you know what? Whatever, man. I'm not messing with his business. I get it.
You didn't hear this from us. You didn't hear this from me.
What did you think of Nikola Jokic not caring about going to a parade?
Oh, my God. It was the best. I'm telling you right now, the best thing about Nikola Jokic is he was the superstar that Denver needed, because when Carmelo Anthony forced that trade in 2010, and a lot of people forget about this, but Melo forced that trade. And the Nuggets front office, the Nuggets were just in the Western Conference Finals. They lose to the Lakers, and Melo goes, get me out of here. I want to play in New York or LA. And then he basically made us trade him to the Knicks for like Gallinari. I think we got Fulton, Gallinari. We got some good players like Tyson Chandler and stuff, but he blew up the Nuggets. And I was like, man, we are never going to get a superstar to come to Denver, because if Melo was out, it told all the other superstars, why would I go to Denver? And then we got a big, goofy ass Serbian that can just ball and doesn't care about any of that. And so when I saw him be like, I don't want to go to parade. We need that Thursday. You're like, dude, let's go. I love him. Go race your donkeys, Jokic. And then he went to parade. I don't know if you saw him say that. One of my favorite quotes.
I saw he was happy about parade, but I saw him yesterday. He won some horse race in Serbia, and he seemed more excited about winning the horse race than he did winning the championship.
You know what? Dude, I hope he wins all the donkey and horse races he wants in Serbia, because if he keeps playing that way, man, he made it. When the Heat, you guys have had championships with Dwayne Wade and Shaq, and then you had the LeBron years. So Heat fans, you kind of have a little swag of like, oh, we kind of know what it's like to be a champion. The Nuggets, we were always losers. We were always like, we're going to lose. Somehow this is going to happen. So this playoff run, I was like, when is it going to happen? Then we beat Phoenix, and I was like, well, that was surprising. And then we swept the Lakers on the day that Melo retired, which was pretty sweet. And then playing the Heat, I was like, Jimmy Butler's going to kill us. I know I'm talking crap right now, but I was straight up like, Jimmy Butler's playing out of his mind. And then for us to actually win the championship, because of that big goofy Serbian. I loved it.
Go watch Dan Soder this weekend at the Dania Beach Improv. He's got shows Thursday, one show. He's got 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. Chances Mike McDaniel shows up to one of the shows, Dan.
It's training camp. You guys don't want him there, but I believe his wife's coming, so I'm gonna be able to hang out with some of the McDaniel family. But he's got training camp, man. He's the one. I'm telling you guys right now, as Dolphins fans, once McDaniel gets locked in, I like the only time I'll see him is when I go to games because he's that locked in. That's how focused he is on the Dolphins.
Our producer Marcos, he does some of the setups over there at Dania. He's told us comedians sometimes have special requests. Do you have anything we want? We can boss Marcos into getting you anything. You want anything for your? No. I mean,
Let's not get crazy.
Dan's a good friend of the show now, Marcos. Like, I want you to make sure you treat him right. So, like, do you have any? You want like some Kobe beef or anything? Like, you know, whatever.
Oh, man,
some
let me
strange
get
request that you need for Marcos to go get it for Dan, Marcos. Jeez.
I want Wagyu sliders, dude. I want Wagyu.
Wait. We had him at Prime 112.
There you go, Marcos.
You know what?
Got crystal.
You know what, Marcos? All I can ask of you is just we're gonna have play me Perry Como, Papa Loves Mambo when I come on stage. That's my only request. I like coming up to goofy ass songs. Find me a goofy ass song to come on stage to.
Papa Loves Mambo. I can do that. That sounds way cheaper than Wagyu sliders.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time, Dan. Go
Thanks,
watch
Dan.
the Dania Beach Improv. Thanks for the fun, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. Go as I'm always gonna say, go Niners, but also go Dolphins. Let's win the AFC, huh?
Yeah.
Let's win the AFC.
Let's go. There you go. Dan Soder. Go check him out this weekend.
Hey, man, I gotta tell you,
that was fun.
as comedians go, he was fun.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's always good when he just lets it. You can talk to them and they're not trying to force bits on you. That's always a nice.
You know what I find out?
And nice that he could hear us too, because the last guy I think we had on, he was like, "Hello."
You know what's amazing? That there's comedians and there's funny people, right?
Yes.
Some people are comedians, but they're just funny individuals. So no matter what they're talking about, it's gonna be funny.
Man.
Comedians sometimes feel like they have material that they need to push to see whether it's going to be funny or it's going to work. And sometimes they use these platforms. You know, other people are just funny. I got to imagine if you've been friends with Mike McDaniel for a long period of time, you have to be funny.
I can't believe he thinks Mike McDaniel was lying to Spoelstra.
Wait. You think maybe we stirred it up a little bit by telling them they had an
listen, I think that there is
we didn't wait, but during the finals, the next day, did we not come in and say, who was he going to the game with? Did he go by himself?
There was one game he was definitely sitting to like 4 different, because I think they have seat fillers like at the Oscars. I think they have those for the NBA Finals. But the guy he ended up sitting next to was Jimmy Goldstein, that guy who wears the cowboy hat.
Right.
Old guy, long hair.
Yeah.
He ended up sitting next to him at one game. He just kept moving, but he kept going to every game.
So
He
you
definitely
think he did my man like he did Dan like you do me at boxing?
Maybe. No silly sauce.
Because
you can't embarrass me in front of
no, so we were sitting. What was the fight? We were Canelo. We were ringside, and you looked over at me and say, "You gonna have another drink, huh?" And who's that guy you're talking to? I'm like, I don't know. Me and this guy were having a blast.
That wasn't Canelo. That was a UFC Sunrise.
Okay, UFC, yeah. Me and this guy were killing it next to it. He's like, "Hey, man, you and Beast, y'all just gonna get liquored up? What are we doing?"
Man. So yeah, go see Dan Soder this weekend. Dania Beach Improv, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
He's like a guy you could go have drinks with, right?
He was fun.
Could you imagine having drinks
Very
with him
chummy.
and Mike McDaniel?
No. I mean, I could, but man, wow. That feels like it would be a hell of a time out. And then Mike would say he's a big snack time guy.
He said, "We're going to get snacks."
Guy.
You think he's drinking Dan's drinking whiskey and Mike's drinking a Chardonnay?
It sounds about right.
I'm happy and I'm sad.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy.
You know who this is, Tobin?
Oh, yeah, dude. But why don't you tell people?
Roger Troutman and Zap.
Yep.
Computer Love.
Yep.
He was the first auto-tune.
It's the one where you have the straw in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they send it through the keyboard.
Oh, it's like every Creed song.
No, every Creed song that you sing.
Tomato. I just saw the contract numbers for Jaylen Brown.
Wow.
So they broke out the years. And woo! That's gonna make so much money.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
From Bobby Marks. He's got this year. So the extension kicks in next year. 52 million. Next year after that, 56.5. Next year after that, 60.7 million. Year after that, almost 65 million. In the final year, $69 million. That's a lot of money for a guy who can't go left.
Turns the ball over a lot.
He's a turnover machine, dude.
And a lot of money when he ain't even your star.
I know.
Also, he hates Boston.
Hates it, dude.
What is he doing?
Well, it's a lot of money.
I guess everywhere he goes,
Hey,
they honor that.
I'd have a soft spot for 300 million.
Yeah.
Let's not act like, even though we don't like Boston.
Jaylen Brown's gonna come up to the mic. Yeah, what's up, Boston? Are we gonna have a great year this year?
So he gonna pull it. I'm glad you all welcome me with my family. He gonna all of a sudden have a Boston accent. They say, where you get this Boston accent? He said that 300 million to make anybody change their dialect.
Jaylen Brown's gonna come back next year. He's gonna be Jalen O'Brown.
Dude, the only person that does that is the Lucky Charms guy.
No, they all do.
Why do you?
He does that for everything. It's still not accurate.
He does that for everything, and the only person that does that is Lucky Charms.
Give you some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Familiar with Austin Rivers?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
my man went off.
Yeah, Austin Rivers is not happy with the Stars requesting trades. He was talking about the Damian Lillard situation on his podcast, Off Guard. And here's a little bit of what Austin Rivers had to say about Dame.
Step away from stay with one team, write it out. It's not about winning rings. You can't just judge somebody off winning rings. You can't just erase all the things they do in a season to being, I don't want to come back here and I'm not playing anywhere unless it's Miami. Yeah. It's just like the script flips. So I don't know.
And his agent's saying, I feel like other teams shouldn't get him. He won't play basically.
Yeah, like that's nuts. Yeah. And the reason I say that is just because regardless of how good of a player you are, man, the NBA is not, it's a privilege. And if you were a free agent, then you could choose where you were going to go.
Right.
That's the business.
Yeah.
But when you're not and you sign a deal, man, that's part of the business, bro. If you get traded somewhere, like, you got to go play, man. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
And this started with like James and Ben and all these guys doing this. It's bad for the league. This is why our CBA deal that we just signed, and I don't even want to get heavy into that. That thing is, don't even get me started on that deal that we got going because it's top heavy. That's why you're seeing all these teams right now with, you either make 50 million or 2. It's the most lopsided contract teams. I mean, it's a joke, bro. I can't tell you.
Go talk to Saquon.
Are signing for vet minimum around the NBA. It's laughable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a scary dynamic when stars start acting like this. And I'm not a big fan of it. I got to be honest with you. And I'm a big fan of Damian.
You call him Damian. Well, can I say this?
You are a big fan of Damian.
Can I say this? And here's where the disconnect is. And I get it. I understand what he's saying. But here's where the disconnect is. At the end of Rivers' career, they ain't going to say how many championships did he win.
No.
But at the end of Dame's career, they're going to say, well, he didn't win no championships. They still hold it over Charles Barkley. So you want a guy to be loyal to his organization, yet you hold it against them at the end of their career when they haven't won any championships. You can't have it both ways. And that's the media, that's the powers that be that determine whether somebody's great or not. Damian Lillard is one of the best scorers in this league. But if you say that, they're going to immediately respond with, but he hasn't won anything.
Well, the other
and
thing
that's
is
not his fault. So now these players are saying, you know what? I'm going to go fill my resume. I'm going to go somewhere where I can do some more winning. And now we're going to hold that against them too?
Well, the thing that's it, like, and the other part of it is, like, you think so what Damian Lillard is doing, that's bad for the league? I mean, honestly, I think the league's, I mean, if you look at the contracts of the league, I mean, you could say there's haves and have-nots, but the haves have never had more. Like, never had more.
Here's what he's saying, and I understand this. When you have a salary cap sport, if the haves are getting rewarded at a record clip, that means the have-nots are going to get less. And that's what he's saying.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The ones that probably shouldn't have as much as they are getting are having a lot more, because not every elite star is going to get paid the elite money. There's going to be people who probably are getting paid a lot more than they should.
Yeah, we just signed one.
Exactly. So, like,
so if you had to say, I'm looking at just going to the roster, who's the highest paid Boston Celtic? You would say Jason Tatum.
One would think.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's Jaylen Brown.
Right.
And so I get it, but at the same time, he earned that max contract. So I understand what Phillip Rivers is saying. Not Phillip Rivers. Why did I want to say Phillip Rivers? Austin Rivers.
Your son.
I get what. Oh, my son. Look. I understand what Austin is saying, but let's make no mistake about it. This league is star-driven more than any other league.
I mean, you traded him.
Right. Hey, business is business. Family is family. I love Austin to death, but he had to go. You see what I'm saying? That's the business of the day. Hey, that's how the business works. I say, now, the haves are always going to have. But there's a trend going on here. I got fired because we didn't win a championship or at least get to a conference final. But y'all stuck me with a guy who didn't play and a guy who didn't play, if you know what I mean, when it mattered. And y'all chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy.
Yeah, they did.
And I lost my job.
Max Strus, somebody says Max Strus just got 60. Duncan got 90. Yeah, I mean, look, there are guys who are getting that are in that are not getting max, that are getting some pretty good coin in the NBA.
The timing was perfect for Dunks to get 90 because the clip in which he was making threes, somebody else would have gave him that money.
Of course, I'm not saying that he doesn't like he was going to get the money, but I'm like, it's not like just stars are getting paid. Bruce Brown just got $20 million a year for 2 years.
Right.
You know, like
see, Austin Rivers. Let me stop. Austin Rivers is looking at the 50, the 45s, and he's wondering why he can't get that. But what he should be looking at is the middle guys are getting 15 to 20 million, and you ain't even getting that. Don't argue about LeBron and Dame. You need to go look at Strus and Dunks and say, wow, I can't get that.
And like, you look, NBA minimum for a guy of his experience, he got paid $3 million last year. That's what Ray Allen got for the mid-level with the Heat.
Right.
10 years ago. That's not even that long ago.
Right.
Think about that. The mid-level that's the minimum now.
I mean, Look,
Austin Rivers thinks Damian Lillard's the problem. By the way, Damian Lillard responded to this. I should mention.
of course.
Damian Lillard posted. Do you have this, J-Fig, on his social media? He took he saw the clip of Austin Rivers, and he just responded, LOL, 100% LOL, not just 10% 100% LOL.
Right.
Austin Rivers.
Also,
I mean, the fact of the matter is that he had an argument, but he used the wrong example. Because of all the players in the NBA, Dame has never been that dude. But to expect him to hang around at the twilight or the back nine of his career while you retool and go with young players, I think is being unfair to where Dame is in his career also. So what part of that are you considering in the problem you have with Dame? Because of all the players, and you mentioned other players, Dame has been the most loyal. Of all those guys, I'm sticking it out. I'm riding with Portland. I'm doing this. And then he said, hey, Portland, look, can you help me out? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when people talk about legacies, when people talk about, what they've done in this league, they're going to look at him. They ain't going to look at what Portland did for him.
I think the other thing that's crazy is they lied to him.
Right.
Oh, we gave you 4 years. It's like, yeah, but you lied.
Right.
You said you were going to give me. Yes, I signed a contract under the impression. You guys told me we were going to go and try and win the championship. We were going to go build around, and you guys did the exact opposite. You drafted my replacement with a bunch of kids.
Right.
So, I just think it is. The guy seemed like he's been as A+ character his entire career, and people want to hold these words against him, and it's like, yeah, but the organization lied to him.
Correct.
Cronin's a liar. Rivers. No, dad traded you. You don't know it's a cold business?
And here's the other thing. Are we all pretty sure that once he said, I love me some Dame, that here it was coming?
He don't love Dame.
Right. Well, Dame don't think so.
He's Team Curry, dude. You know that he's Team Curry. His sister is married to Seth Curry. So this is secretly a ploy by the Currys because they hate Dame. Dame and Curry are the two best 3 points. He's trying to ruin his legacy the same way Woj was working for Portland. This is all.
He don't want to three-peat at the end of the career.
It's just a whole media thing going on.
That's
They're
big
trying
conspiracy.
to dissuade us.
Yep.
Not gonna work, dude.
Nice try, Austin. Didn't Austin? Who did he shout out and said that Orlando is his city? Wasn't that this season? Somebody random. I think it was it Franz?
Ask around Orlando. Mo Bamba?
Mo Bamba.
Fight with Mo Bamba.
He fought with Mo Bamba.
Orlando's my city?
Orlando is my city, dude.
Is he from Orlando?
I mean, he probably grew up in Orlando.
So wait. Hold up. I need to chew on this for a second. Austin Rivers. Austin bleeping Rivers is in the league talking about he has a city.
He has a city. Orlando.
Yeah, I see. He went to Winter
Park. His city is Christmas, Florida. I just got a message from him.
That was him calling.
Yeah. Or Howie in the Hills, whatever that place is. Come on, dude. Don't you have to be in a certain place to say certain things?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, but
he could say them, but shouldn't he understand that the blowback because he's Austin Rivers is going to be?
There's only one person who was Orlando whose city that is. That's Snitchy Mouse. That's it.
Oh yeah,
that's it. That's one person. Nobody else can claim Orlando.
Nope.
Yeah.
Take a quick break. Back after this.
time I hear this, you know what I think of? Vanilla Ice doing that interview. No. My song was dun 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 dun. I'm like,
Facts have changed.
yeah.
Some good wiggling there.
Yo,
Does Vanilla Ice live by you, Tobin?
He does. Yeah, he lives like right down the road from me.
Friend of the show.
What?
I don't know. Just sometimes just gotta throw that out.
I think he was supposed to like open a brewery down in downtown Lake Worth. I don't know if he ever did, but I think there was. I don't know if like that was before the pandemic or whatever. But I don't know. That was supposed to be a thing.
Pandemic killed a lot of businesses.
Dolphins. They're reporting to camp. Jalen Ramsey. He has met with the media today. Love that guy, man.
Yeah, good character. You know what he would have been good on?
Huh?
Hard Knocks.
I know, dude.
Would have been so good.
So good on Hard Knocks. I
Would've
know.
been
I'm
so
jealous.
good, dude.
I'm jealous of it, dude.
Yeah.
I did see there was a fake tweet yesterday that said they had come up with season 2 of quarterback, but apparently it was a lie. Like they had said that it was Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Daniel Jones. Which who the hell
really?
is
3
that?
people that okay.
I know. Well, it's X. I mean, fake X's, whatever it is now.
Yeah, what is it? See, that just there's a whole thing,
I don't even
a culture they destroyed. They destroyed it.
But either way, the Dolphins are reporting Jalen Ramsey would have been great on Hard Knocks. He's been on Hard Knocks, I believe, before. But it's right now, he says from Javen Veronis' Twitter account on the possibility of them adding Dalvin Cook, quote, I always want to play on the same team as any of my friends or any elite player, but that's none of my business. He also said, quote, we're going to get it. We're going to put in the work.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said. Fangs up. And then he said fangs up.
I don't think he said
No, he said fangs up.
Did he?
Okay.
Goosies. On being the top-rated cornerback in Madden, Jalen Ramsey said, that's about right.
Nice. Of course he did. Of course he did.
So how about that? And then I believe I saw a quote from Xavien Howard. Hold on. Let me see if I get this from
Wonder what his rating was.
I don't know.
It's okay. I'll find out.
All right. Xavien Howard from Marcel Louis Jacques, ESPN, on his Twitter account. Xavien Howard on if people are sleeping on him in 2023. His quote, F him.
Wow. That.
I like that.
That's
galore. Dude. You get him, X.
X rated 84.
You got your own website now. And now you go out, you say F him. Best tandem in the league, dude.
Yep.
So wait, he's an 84. What is
Madden.
what is Ramsey?
Well, he's the highest rated, like you mentioned, with a 97 overall.
Wait a minute.
It says 9 cornerbacks received a rating of 90 overall or higher, which means, according to Madden's ratings, X is not a top 10 corner.
Wow.
Look at that.
He said, I believe I'm a true number 1 corner. F you talking about.
Wow. Woo. I like that.
And then he was asked, he was actually asked.
He is a number 1 corner.
He was asked about Twitter rebranding into X.
Yeah.
Funny enough. And he was asked, he said, I don't even be on Twitter. Too negative on there.
I noticed that's a big thing amongst like athletes. I heard TVD say that this morning.
Too negative?
I don't do Twitter. Too much stuff over there.
He's right. I mean, Twitter is, listen, it's the Wild West. And listen, Threads is dried up. I don't know if you've been on. I haven't even been on Threads.
I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, Threads. Nice try, Zuckerberg.
It was fun while it lasted.
I mean, honestly, I think Elon Musk just did this to mess with Zuckerberg and be like, look, I just made it a different website. I'm still beating you. You know?
Yeah, but he's still ruining Twitter
Yeah.
I mean, he is ruining Twitter.
They're both ruining everything.
Because I just never know what I'm logging into every day. But I can't quit Twitter. I love Twitter. I do love Twitter.
Once everybody migrates to Threads.
We'll
see.
That's it, man. Everyone just thread it up. We'll all just thread together.
Because there's more people. Is there more people on Instagram than Twitter?
I think there are more people on Instagram than Twitter, but
Yeah.
it's got a weird algorithm.
But Twitter has been established for such a long time that people are still
right.
People don't like change, so it's going to be hard for them to actually migrate.
The old don't like change.
It's true.
they don't.
Yeah, the old don't like change. Dade South says that Tobin is Xavien Howard.
Point for Twitcher.
Getting more creative.
Oh god.
I want
Look,
to
I
shirt
like-
that all your little nicknames.
I like that Xavien Howard's got a little bit of a, little bit of a chip on
Edge
his
to
shoulder,
Yeah, for sure. And this time it's not necessarily he's upset with the team. He's not a contract holdout situation
Nope.
that has this chip. It's like you guys are, I was injured last season and you guys don't respect me. And I think he deserves respect. He's my buddy. He has an icy shop in Miramar.
Have you ever been there?
I have.
He's been to the Improv.
Yes, he has. He has been to the Improv.
Does he like Dan Soder?
I'll get him tickets. Does he? If you're listening right now, I don't know. He said that they're pretty locked in. Mike McDaniel's not even going to show up. Miss McDaniel's going to be there. Mrs. McDaniel, but
I think Mike McDaniel's going.
I'll keep an eye on
No, dude, you'd be
I
pissed.
believe him.
You'll be the first one commenting on it, you fraud. Oh my goodness, what are you doing?
I don't have anything.
Listen, I got eyes. I have boots. Listen, I have boots on the ground. Frog Boy will tell me. You're gonna tell me if Mike McDaniel's at that show.
Yeah,
And
better
we
not
know
sign
where
an
exactly
NDA.
he is sitting.
Yeah, I will.
I want to know if he's a big snack time guy.
And his drink order.
I need to overhear how he orders.
He's ordering a Chardonnay.
No,
well, he doesn't
no,
drink.
doesn't
Remember,
drink anymore.
he's famously sober.
Yeah.
He doesn't drink. So
Shirley Temple. for
couple
sure.
Shirley Temple. That means he has to at the Improv. That means you have to order food if you don't order drinks.
That's true.
Well, you still have to you have a 2-drink minimum.
Yeah, you can get like 2 Fijis though.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll waive the 2-drink minimum for Mike McDaniel. I'm sure.
Well,
No, you
that's
better
exactly
not.
why you're gonna let us know.
I should.
You better not waive the 2-drink minimum.
Okay,
You
all
better
right.
be buying you a bunch of stuff, especially since we found out he's a fake Heat fan now.
Wow,
Fake Heat fan Mike
It's
McDaniel.
not. Let
Oh.
me tell you something. Let me tell you how that world works. You a fan of whatever team gets you free tickets to the finals.
His friend is accusing him of being a hobnobber. You know?
Okay,
He's a
and
hobnobber now.
his friend is jealous because he had an empty seat and he didn't invite him because he knew he
should
was gonna
be.
go. But wait, Mike McDaniel knows Dan, right? They know each other really well.
Yep.
And Mike McDaniel's thinking, oh, if I invite him, he's gonna come here and he's gonna do that Denver thing, and I can't get free tickets from the Heat and have a Denver fan sit next to me.
Dan Soder sitting next to him. He goes, "Remember our thing, Mike, when we were kids? We every time a 3-pointer, we throw up a chicken nugget. We eat it."
Go Denver.
Dude, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He made the right choice. I appreciate his loyalty. Man.
that's just like I would love the old foot doctor to come around so we can ask questions about your youth.
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, I did appreciate learning things about Mike McDaniel that I feel like, I mean, we knew, but we never really heard. He's been this way since 7th grade, apparently.
Right. So like I tell people all the time that how was Jim Harbaugh? And I'm like, he's the same dude. Just imagine a quarterback trapped in a linebacker's body. He's been that intense all the time. So when I see him on the sideline, like I don't think anything of it because that's the only person I ever saw.
Well, Jalen Ramsey's not sure if Dalvin Cook is going to be on the Dolphins. Dalvin Cook doesn't even sound sure if he's going to be on the Dolphins. This was Dalvin Cook. He was on the Rich Eisen show yesterday, and this is what he has to say. He was asked about all the teams in the AFC East seem to be perusing. He was even asked yesterday about joining Buffalo and his brother. Although good on Dalvin, he says, I don't really want to go to Buffalo because I don't want to impede my brother. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Nice.
But here was Dalvin Cook on the contract status right now.
And a lot of folks are targeting the AFC East for you. Virtually every team in the AFC East. Is that what you're targeting as well, Dalvin?
I think so. I think that's like really like a high percentage for my landing spot. Though I think those teams have showed a lot of interest in, coming to pick me up and having me joining their team. So like I think that's like a real high interest.
Okay. And so Where are you on this? Give me a date by which you think you're gonna sign, Dalvin. What do you have for me on that?
I don't know. I've been having this conversation with Zach every day, and it's just been like, what's the best situation? Should I sign now? Like we really don't know the best option, but like I feel like when the best option come on the table, I'm going to take it as soon as he come on the table.
So, is there any truth to the report that Miami had something on the table for you, and you just you didn't bite at it, Dalvin?
I didn't know. No, that wasn't.
Okay.
That wasn't true.
All right. So there has been nothing on the table for you.
It's ongoing. It's ongoing with my agents and everybody. Like they going through their whole negotiation thing, doing their thing, and I'm letting them take care of that.
There you go. Dalvin Cook on the Rich Eisen show yesterday.
I'm actually relieved after hearing that.
So what we heard about the Dolphins offering something. Now, here's what I would say of how that works, right? They'll call your agent and say, what are you looking for? Or, this is what we have we can offer. And they say no. But that doesn't mean you're in a contract negotiation, right? That just means that they may have put something out there just to see if you would bite. It doesn't mean that they were serious.
Let's just say theoretically, like Dalvin's looking for $8 million. And they say we'll offer him $5 million.
Right.
Something like that. That's not a contract offer. Technically
it is. But say if Dalvin Cook's representatives come back and say, we'll take 6.5 with incentives to get us to 8, right? And then the Dolphins don't reply, or the Dolphins don't call it. So you never really get into it. And although there was a primary offer, like I know teams that offer a lot of players contracts just to see if they will bite.
I do think that, here's where I do think that this goes against Dalvin coming to Miami is because Mike McDaniel has such a good relationship with his two backs already, and they have.
I think somebody said something about that when this started.
You don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you don't know.
Yes, I do.
So
we agree.
No, we kind of, but
we agree.
I haven't finished my point yet.
Mike McDaniel is loyal to his two guys that he convinced to come back. Yeah,
I don't think he's loyal to them, but I think that the loyalty probably is like, hey, I'm not going to play games with my guys during camp, right? Like, I do think that there has to be some degree. Dalvin Cook has to be like, hey, decision by COB first practice or no deal skis because I don't want to screw my guys around.
That is the definition of loyalty.
Yeah, but I think loyalty,
if you say you have until this day because I don't want to screw over my guys, that's loyalty.
But as we've seen with his basketball loyalties, they can be massaged. Now that we have a little insight into McDaniel,
Come on.
Using this against him.
Just
I knew he was faking it, dude. The whole time.
Just admit you agree with me.
No, I don't agree with you.
You actually said the same exact thing I said.
Nah, not really though. Not really.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm making it as a different point. Like samesies, but not really. Different timelines.
Isn't samesies the same version of agreeing?
It's in the neighborhood. Like you agree on it from a principle of the whole football thing. I'm talking about specifically camp. When you get to a point where I don't want to mess with my guys in camp. The continuity matters.
Have lost your mind this time. You literally have said the same exact words that I said and didn't say no, but it's different context.
Yeah, exactly. It's different context. I think
you use the same damn words.
I don't think so. I think we're playing semantics here. You got your katanas out.
No, that's your katanas.
That's your katanas.
No, dude. Dude. You are playing semantic samurai right now because you hate the phrase, I agree with Leroy. And that's a fair point. I get that because I'm never going to admit to agree with you because you always throw it out there. So you agree with me. So we're on the same page. No, and no. I'm
We're
gonna
the same
deny it even
ballpark.
if we say the same thing.
We're not on the same page, but we're in the same wing of the library, I would say.
First of all, neither one of us is going to a library. Stop lying. Pick another establishment.
I had a library card in my life.
Say, we
Barnes and
eating at. Wait, here you go. Hey, we eating at the same restaurant, but you eating in the bar and I'm in the sit down section. There, how's that? At least we talking about something we both enjoy. You saying me and you are in the come on, dude. Really?
Take a quick break. Get to our favorite Tuesday game. The damage is done, my friend, is next.
Damage.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. If you guys want to listen to us on demand at your leisure, download the Odyssey app, follow the Tobin and Leroy show or WQAM, and you guys can catch us there. We got great clips. You follow your favorite teams. You want to listen to the Pinks tonight? Get the Odyssey app. You listen to Whittingham and his call. Lionel Messi expected to be the captain tonight. Likely going to start against Atlanta. Atlanta's in trouble, dude. Things are about to get messy.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, -1. Okay,
What?
you're not sneaking that.
What?
No.
I feel like
-1.
the first time you say it, it's a point, and then after you just continue repeating it. I don't know.
Right.
Yikes.
It's not. It's always. You know what it is? It's the cheese. Right. It's not usually your original comments, but it's the cheese you put on top of it to try and sell it that gets you to -1. If you would have just said it and let us chew on it for a minute, we're like, oh, I see what you did there, right? But no, you had to, whoa, and you had to cheese it up. That part of it gets you to -1 every time. That's like the comedian saying this is going to be funny.
Well, you know.
Which I think is a scam. I do. You know what? Because think about this. When you go to a comedy club, you're going to laugh. You ain't going there to say, let's check out this guy to see if it's funny. When the title on the place you go and see it says comedy club, you thinking I'm going for a couple of yucks, have some drinks or whatever. So the only way it could not be funny is if the comedian screws it up. Because you're going there to laugh. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you. I still don't think I deserved a -1.
No, you do. You do. You go too far all the time. That's why. Can I ask you a question? What do I need to pack?
For what?
That's so random. Not
because I don't know. Like sometimes you go in a situation you're professional, and sometimes you want to go see hooligans. So I need to know where we are.
I don't think there's going to be any hooligans for Crawford versus Spence. I don't think so. There's no. I don't believe the Irish are descending upon.
Okay.
Las
None
Vegas.
of the undercard. By the way,
Isn't there always hooligans?
you know what I love about going to see fights in Vegas? In a lot of instances, they get done before dark.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I'm all in.
So here's what I got. You guys familiar with James Harden?
Oh,
I think I've heard of his name.
Wait. Hold on. The fact that you're bringing the story up without saying fat bum or something like that, this better be juicy.
Let him continue.
Give me a second.
It's pretty juicy.
Remember, the segment is damage is done.
Oh, okay.
Not Harden was at, I believe, Rolling Loud this weekend.
Yes.
And there was a video of him getting not one, not two, not three, but 4 boxes of what is known as a Trill Burger.
Yes.
Must have been hungry.
Now, I gotta say,
Maybe he was with some people.
He was. If you keep looking at the video, he's passing it around.
Fat bomb.
See, there we go. See what I mean? See how
He
he does
doesn't
I don't know. Well, James Harden is mad because Sports Center, they tweeted out, who was Harden grabbing burgers for? And James Harden commented on this. Slow news week? And to what I have to say to James Harden is, damage is done, my friend. You can't show up to a fat suit and tank games and then get mad at Sports Center because they make a little jokey joke about burgers.
First of all, it's 400 degrees out there rolling loud.
It is very
right.
It was so bad this weekend. I don't know how.
I can't imagine us shaming anybody for their food intake because you ain't gaining no weight. But I get it. I mean, he did this to himself. You can't wear a fat suit and then wonder why people call you fat.
Ergo, damage is done. What do you got, Leroy?
Is the damage done by ESPN or damage done by James Harden?
Harden. Don't call out ESPN. Fat suit.
Okay. Right. So to follow up on some ridiculousness that I heard yesterday. This and I hate you when anytime you talk politics, people assume you're on the other side. And I would say to you that I'm on the side of an American. That's it. Right? I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. I make fun of everybody. Because I just think they all need to be held accountable.
Right.
But the fact that all this nonsense with the Black history is going down, and then mysteriously in the last day or two, Governor DeSantis said he ain't have nothing to do with it.
Backing it up, dude.
Yeah, the damage is done.
Damage is
you
done.
on the hook for this, buddy. You are the governor of this state. If you had a problem with it, you should have stepped up and said, we can't allow this. But you were leading the charge. Then all of a sudden you wanted to say you ain't have nothing to do with it. Damage is done.
Well, let's just go back to like the previous bill about it. It's like in politics, you're always going to have sycophants who want to kiss ass and move up. So like if you set the tone for something,
right,
you're going to have people who are going to want to take the extra step to impress Mr. DeSantis, Governor
Correct.
DeSantis.
Correct.
You got to take ownership of that.
Right. And I like, what are we doing to the people that probably hold the greatest task of teaching our youth? What are we doing to them? What are we doing to teachers? Like, holy smokes, man. Like, if anything, and I get they want to be paid more, and I don't know about all that and what's going on there, but I understand the important job that they have.
Right.
But why are we making it tougher on them?
Well, that's the thing is like, look, obviously teachers should get paid more, but like the fact that put that aside to put more handcuffs on teachers, to put these, to make their waters even murkier, to navigate, to make their jobs harder for stuff that's just common decency. It's just, it's really gross. Really gross.
I mean, imagine being a black man and being told that I should be grateful to the white man for enslaving me. It's like, yeah, I get teachers got a tough job. Well, how would you like to be black? And there's people, here's the killer. There's people who agree with that, which is frightening to me.
I know.
It's frightening that there's people that think this is okay.
Go to hell, DeSantis. This is terrible. All this.
Just continue to. It's just like a list of like
all of it.
Just gross, dude.
J-Fig, what do you have for us today?
So speaking of really gross, over the weekend, in your favorite island, Peanut Island,
love it.
the damage has been done.
What happened?
Peanut Island.
Peanut Island.
What's wrong?
People not respecting wildlife.
Oh no!
What happened?
Oh,
There
I
was
wasn't there this weekend, by the way.
people in jet skis
I know.
riding over manatees.
Oh,
if you see wildlife around you, let them pass.
There's a lot
Don't
of
do
manatees around
anything.
there. There's a lot of manatees because they got the electrical plant over there. They like to go by the warm water. Not that they need it over here, but there are a lot of manatees around.
I saw that.
Well, the
He was trying to
guy
get a
was
photo,
riding
right?
over them and then starting up the jet ski, and then you see them all fussing like they were splashing and everything of how probably scared they were.
I hope that
And
guy
then there's
gets
people touching them and just bothering them. Like, just let them go.
That's why
Very
animals,
the video's
you
very
know what,
Right.
J-Fig, to be honest with you, animals don't just attack humans.
No.
It's usually the humans that mess with the animals in their habitat.
Correct.
Right? A shark ain't never come knock on my door. But if I put my foot in the ocean and he decide to take a little nibble, that's on me.
Schmeathan says Tobin didn't show up, so there was one less manatee.
Point for
What are we doing? What are
Well,
we
you know what? They are investigating the actions of this jet ski.
Wait, Tobin.
Damage is done.
Yeah.
The good news is
damage is done.
you almost waited to the fourth hour. You almost made it to the point. We didn't bring up any stars. We didn't bring up any names that could be associated, or maybe nope. Still got you.
Marcos, what do you got, dude?
My damage is done goes to the biggest troublemaker in South Florida. David Grutman, I'm talking about
Oh,
you.
tell me something.
Restaurant mogul?
Restaurant mogul and celeb friend? I don't know what is he their actual friends? I'm not sure if he's friends with all these celebs, but nonetheless, he has Poppy
I
Steak.
mean,
in
anybody who
Miami.
can get you into a free meal or get you to a good table
Yeah.
down, you're gonna be friends with.
That's true.
Chummy.
Poppy Steak in Miami, one of his strangely expensive restaurants, was the site of an interaction this past Saturday with Tristan Thompson.
What
being
happened?
there? So apparently there's some sort of scuffle, and as I watch the video now, to Tristan Thompson's credit, he noticed that things were escalating and immediately went into a vehicle that would completely remove him from any sort of involvement in the scene. But nonetheless, David Grutman, this is the same location that Masvidal got into that big brawl. And it just seems like if someone wants to get into a fight, they go to one of his stupid little restaurants.
Poppy Steak is a source of trouble.
That's what it is, dude. This
Wow.
Grutman guy,
Something
dude,
about his food gets everybody aggressive.
just, you know what
Guy
it is?
knows how to get headlines.
It's the bill. That's what it is.
I bet you.
He's like, you leave there mad as hell.
25% gratuity.
Bet you Grutman was the one who squealed where Colby Covington was, so Masvidal was able to come up and roll up on him.
I'm sure it was a big
I see it
misunderstanding.
happening.
But why is that a headline that Tristan Thompson wasn't in a conflict?
It was literally right in front of him. It was strange. He was walking in. He's like, these guys are getting a little crazy. He goes back in the car and they proceed to fight.
Grutman's like, no.
Grutman's like, we almost had him.
He set that up.
Damage is done.
Grutman, you're a troublemaker, dude. I'm on to you.
Oh, man. All right. News regarding Leroy's alma mater, Michigan.
Yeah, so I saw
Jim
that.
Harbaugh has been suspended.
Whoa!
A Wolverine legend
Hold on.
responds.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Now,
Wait. Don't give it. I really gotta go to break. So, like, I'll save.
go to
save
break
it.
then. Damn it. Go to break.
Okay.
Going
All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. You missed any of the show, you can get on YouTube, Miami 560 WQAM. You can get on Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Those are your channels. Subscribe, get notification every time we go live. Still no Damian Lillard, day 24.
Wow, it's a day
Doesn't
24.
matter.
Yeah,
I would say it
First
feels
day of
long.
football camp.
I know, but I just wanted to keep us posted.
Thank you. I need.
Let me say this.
Hmm?
I'll let you go on red alert when we get to about 2 weeks before
2
camp
weeks.
starts. Yeah.
2 weeks before
Camp.
he can't
Camp
start.
starts. Yeah.
So not till like September 15th.
Oh no.
Yep.
That's not fair.
That's so long.
There's no here.
supposed to be
There
mature.
is no incentive for anybody to move.
What about the incentive of Tobe's feelings?
Oh, it's big. Always got to consider Tobe's feelings.
Your feelings change.
Give us a weather update.
Where
From the,
facts of change come from.
give us a weather update. Give us a weather update from the DeBesman and
All
Dover
right.
Law Firm. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call at 866-954-MORE.
Over at the window, Plex.
Yes, sir.
Looking outside.
A little ominous over here, Leroy.
It's partly cloudy.
Yeah. Some may say
breeze as about 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Okay.
Out of the east. And the temperature's got to be about 92, 93 degrees.
How you doing, Marcos?
Wind out of the east, 12 miles per hour. He was correct there. Partly cloudy. He was correct there. And 94 degrees currently.
Look at that. Look at that, son. That's just from touching my damn window.
Wow.
Come on.
You are a golfer.
What's the
I
feels
can
like?
tell. Huh?
Do you know the feels like?
Yeah. HOH.
Hot as hell.
HAs. Yeah,
Hold on.
hot as
Yeah,
hell.
no, that's a minus.
Yeah, I was
I
in-
was like,
My
what does
bad.
awesome highlights have to do with anything? Bro?
-1.
All right. So headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. All right.
Story from
Yes.
Yahoo Sports. Sources: Michigan's Jim Harbaugh and NCAA working towards a 4-game suspension over a recruiting investigation. They write Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh and NCAA working towards a negotiated resolution. Expected to see him suspended 4 games this season, and penalties stemming from an alleged false statement he originally made to investigators. Leroy.
Okay. Now, first of all, I don't think that anybody should be penalized for lying to the NCAA. Because those jackasses have been lying to us for the last 50 years. Okay. So it's all fair game. That being said, Tennessee was found guilty of the same crimes. And guess what they got?
What'd they get?
Slap on the wrist.
Did they lie?
Everybody lies until they get caught.
Did they get caught lying?
Oh,
I don't
to
know.
investigators.
I don't know, but here's the deal.
Mm.
Are we really doing that with the NCAA right now? With how they've done things? We really holding them above to say, oh gosh, don't lie to the NCAA. Really? That's where we are? Of course you lie. You know what? You know who the good criminals are?
Hmm?
You know any good criminals?
Who don't lie?
No. Do
No,
you know any good criminals? The fact of the matter is if you know a good criminal, then you probably don't know a good criminal. Because the good criminals don't get caught.
I only know
Right?
one.
Who?
Oyster Bird.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but you know,
like once you get the name criminal, it means you've been caught of something, doing something.
yeah, but like, you know, Michigan, you know, Harbaugh,
Yeah.
Tom Brady,
Yeah.
you know, people need to answer for their crimes.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this as kindly as I can say it. You live in the epicenter of illegal activity.
Excuse me?
I am not gonna sit here and listen to you.
Okay. Old Mr. What about? What about Miami? I see how it is. Old Mario.
I'm not saying that.
He's not dishonest.
Here's what I'm saying to you.
Tennessee.
Yep.
Here's let he who has not sinned cast the first stone.
I see what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yahoo writes, Harbaugh's impending suspension is centered on an NCAA investigation into recruiting violations committed by he and Wolverine staff members. The NCAA enforcement staff alleged that Harbaugh was dishonest about recruiting violations in his initial meetings with investigators. A quick resolution broke down in January after Harbaugh refused to admit that he lied to the NCAA staff. The 59-year-old coach had maintained he didn't recall the events when first speaking with investigators, but that he never purposefully was dishonest. Wiggle room.
I like that.
You can appreciate that.
-1 for deception.
I'm lying.
Of course.
The truth.
Of course. Wait. Can I? What? Look, I get Jim is in a little bit of heat right now, and I get he's probably going to get punished or whatever. But why are we acting like anytime somebody investigates or questions somebody that they're forthcoming? Nobody is. Right? So, like, yeah, all right. Got caught. I don't know what he got caught of. Because they ain't been having like recruiting classes that would question how they getting all these players.
It says Harbaugh alleged initial cover-up was worse than the crime itself from an NCAA perspective. In a notice of allegations sent to Michigan, the association had 4 level 2 violations, including meeting 2 recruits during COVID dead period, texting a recruit outside of allowable time period, and having analysts perform on-field coaching duties during practice and having coaches watch players via Zoom. But yeah, not really not huge violations. Just that he's a liar.
Stand him.
A previous Harbaugh staff member did not escape unscathed. Former defensive coordinator Mike McDaniel, now the defensive coordinator for Harbaugh's brother John with the Ravens, is expected to receive a 1-year show pony cause penalty.
Oh, okay.
Do that in there.
Wow.
Show
there you
pony
go.
cause.
Liar, khaki pants.
Our show is the only show that understands what that is.
All right. Well, there you go. Michigan. Dirty program. Dirty. Shame on you.
We would never.
Shame.
You know what's amazing?
Shame on
I'm
them.
gonna tell you. You know what's amazing is that, like, all the big universities, they talk about all that money, and I would always say, where? I ain't getting nothing.
I think you'd think that Stephen Ross is sitting here and he's like, finally, a Dolphins off season. No tampering charges, no drama. Michigan. Stephen Ross is like, damn it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one behind it. He's like, not enough drama with these
I
Dolphins.
think he likes to stir it up.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, with as much money as he's giving the University of Michigan, I would guarantee you he don't want no drama.
Dade South says, once you go khaki, there's no take backsies.
For Twitcher.
We'll mix things up with a mixed bag coming up next.
WQAM.
Tobin and Leroy take you up till 2. You guys can text you on the Kendall Toyota and West Kendall Toyota text line. You can also get us on the YouTube and Twitch chat. Call us 305-567-0560 if that so tickles your fancy. Coming up tonight, the Pinks back on the pitch. Inter Miami. They take on Atlanta United FC. You could hear that game right here on 560 WQAM. Lionel Messi suiting up for the Pinks once again.
Soccer,
dude. The beautiful game.
We're on the pitch with our kits.
Is it the beautiful game or is it now with David Beckham? Is it the handsome game?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and start that. Handsome game.
The handsome game, dude.
The handsome game.
The handsome game.
I like it.
The Miami Marlins, they'll take on the Rays tonight at 6:40. Edward Cabrera on the hill.
Oh, on the hill. Look at us. We're on the pitch.
bump, on
We're
the pitch,
hill.
on the hill. He's pitching on the hill. And the Pinks are on the pitch.
Wow.
And then you have Dolphins training camp. It's all happening for us, baby.
Yeah, they're in the ocean.
Well, what?
Just trying to. You know what? I'll see myself out.
-1.
Let's get to a little mixed bag here, Frog Boy.
Yeah. All righty. We're going to start things off with an AJ Puck softball.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not baseball related, though. It's just an easy question or one that's debated a lot.
Okay.
If I were to tell you guys, give me your all-time NBA starting top 5, chances are Michael Jordan's going to be in there. And then a lot of names that are repeated a lot.
I mean, if it's your starting top 5, do I have to have MJ
No,
there, or can I have
no.
anybody I want?
Sure,
Because can I
okay.
have Dwayne Wade start over MJ? It's my personal
It
top
is your
5.
for sure. So, real quick, I didn't want to bore you with this, but what's your top 5? All-time starting top 5.
Okay. Put me on the spot here.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade.
For sure. That's
Okay.
never a bad choice.
Starting point guard. Tough choice.
Yeah.
Goran.
Okay.
Okay.
He's really torn about this.
Starting center.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe Bam.
That's right.
Zoe.
Got a good sense of humor.
Starting power forward.
Mm-hmm.
Bam Adebayo.
All right.
Loophole. And starting small forward. Let's see. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Solid. Great.
That's my starting 5.
Sounds like a good team.
That's
Sounds
a
like
good team, right? Score on that team. I dare you.
Well, Steph Curry recently
Poor
had an
Gogie's going to get
opportunity.
attacked.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Mismatch.
buddy, everybody come at me. How come on? Why don't you pick on Dwayne?
Yeah, good luck with that. That is the only weak spot on that defense, to be honest. Steph Curry gave
Udonis
his
has him off the
all-time.
bench.
Yeah, that's solid. You need that. Honestly, I don't even care if he ever comes off.
6-man Mario Chalmers.
No Bosh, huh? Still no Bosh or nothing. Like if we're going all-time Heat, nothing.
You make a good point.
Off the bench.
Change it.
Okay.
I'm taking out Alonzo Mourning.
Okay. So Bosh goes in his
Bam at center. Bosh at power forward.
So Bosh would still be 4, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Steph Curry gave his all-time starting 5. Much like you, he did make a last-second adjustment. But I think the fact that he omitted one specific name is a very interesting choice by Steph Curry. This is what he had to say.
I would pick Shaquille O'Neal as my center, Tim Duncan as my power forward, Larry Bird as my small forward. Am I on the team? Michael Jordan as my shooting guard. Late addition. I'm not taking Larry. I'm taking Kobe as my small forward, Jordan at my shooting guard, and Magic Johnson at point guard. I won't be on the team.
Didn't even put himself.
Kobe's not a small forward, though. Like,
yeah.
No.
Kobe's not a small forward.
Okay, that's where you draw the line with this list. He's not a small
He's
forward.
not a small forward.
Yeah.
He's a 2 guard.
He chose to put Kobe at a position he's not
You
instead
got
of LeBron.
Who was his point guard? Magic?
Yeah. Magic's tall, though.
I don't know.
No
And so
Steph
what?
Curry
Everybody's
on
mad because he didn't put LeBron on there.
No LeBron on there. And I just
He
thought
didn't put himself either.
put himself either. I think I mean Steph Curry.
It's a tough choice. Would you have Steph Curry or Magic Johnson?
I think Steph. Magic Johnson.
Well, because they're different point guard, different
They're
type
different
of point
point guards.
guards.
That's
He's
my
a
question.
scorer.
Okay,
He's
pick
a
one.
scorer, and Magic is more of a facilitator.
Yeah, but you know what I would say? If I had MJ anyway on that team, I feel like it's more deadly to have Steph with him than Magic.
Oh. Yeah, I agree.
Imagine instead of kicking to Steve Kerr, he's kicking to Steph Curry.
Curry.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Scary. But not on your team, though. Gogie's kicking out the Butler.
Oh, I would love that team. Yeah,
Really?
It's tough. Hardaway or Gogie.
Really? That's your not
Changing it.
No, oh God.
Changing it.
Another change?
Changing it.
All right.
All right. Chris Quinn.
Okay.
Wade.
Yeah. McBob?
No, never. I
really?
don't even like that you brought him up. What else is in your mixed bag?
Staying on the topic of greatness, Patrick Mahomes recently discussed whether or not the Chiefs are a dynasty.
Is this Chiefs team a dynasty?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're the beginning of one. I think in dynasties, I always say you got to win 3. Our job is to do whatever we can to win as many as we can and not have any regrets we step off the field. And I think if we keep the mentality that we have, then we can look back at the end of our career and then we can decide if we're a dynasty or not.
I have no idea.
I hate that he did that. He did. How did I finish?
Here's the thing. We get on Tobin about his various, mimics of people, whether it's artists, players, whatever. I'm going to just say this to one Patrick Mahomes. You are not helping us.
Really good.
You are not helping us at all because you get onto a random, just a normal conversation and sound like Kermit the Frog. We can't do nothing. Like you're killing us.
Who's coaching my all-time, Pat Riley or Spo?
Well, you're not gonna get Shaq if I think only if Riley's coaching.
What about Ron Rothstein? You don't want to give him a shot?
Oh my God. Harder.
Yeah.
I think we're the beginning of one. I think.
Hey, so question. I have a question. Here's an interesting. If I took the top 5 greatest athletes to play for a team,
yep,
and then have a tournament with those, who wins?
You're talking about like in basketball history?
Yes. So just the greatest ever play. So all the great Lakers against all the great Celtics versus all the great.
Gotcha. They do this in 2K. You can pick an all-time team.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Man, good question.
I was thinking, well, it got to be.
It's got to be the
Lakers, right? Yeah.
I mean, if you look at that starting lineup, it's Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, and you haven't even gotten a shooting guard.
Kobe,
LeBron,
Kobe.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron's on that list. He ain't played there long enough.
Got a championship though.
But he ain't played there long enough.
Kawhi Leonard has to be on the all-time Raptors list. 1 ring.
I think you would have to be on the Raptors list.
Hell yeah. Who else am I going to put up there? You got DeMar DeRozan,
Lowry. Lowry's the starting point guard.
Yeah.
Vince Carter. Chris Bosh.
Ooh, actually, that's not a bad team though. DeRozan? No.
DeRozan.
How about
not a bad team, to be honest with you?
It's actually not
a bad team.
That all-time thing.
If you if you went small ball and you had Kawhi, Vince, like one of them has to be like the power forward, but neither one of them's a power forward.
Yeah. That's a solid team.
And then, of course, Andrea Bargnani.
Oh, yeah. How could we forget? You know who gets slept on in the all-time team thing? The
Who?
Magic. The Magic could put together a team. Penny Hardaway, Tracy McGrady, Dwight Howard, Shaq, Scott Skiles.
Well, see, it'd be cool if you had to draft guys and then like you couldn't use them on. So like no double Shaq, no double LeBron.
Right, right.
You
But
know?
that's why I where did Shaq play the most? With the Lakers?
Yeah.
So that's where.
And if
you
you're
go.
Paul Pierce, of course, Paul Pierce wants to get at Shaq too because he says that they should have won a championship with him.
for sure.
But here's the problem with that is that are you taking Shaq over Kareem? Kareem is synonymous with the most unstoppable shot in basketball.
I don't think you can.
You can't take Shaq over Kareem.
I don't think so. I think the Magic.
As far as great Lakers,
wow.
Or if you're Milwaukee, you could draft Lou Alcindor.
Oh,
and that takes him
different
off of the because he
Different
won a
names. That's
championship.
a loophole, right there. You're loopholing me? Wiggle room.
He won a championship with Milwaukee.
Damn, Kareem and Giannis, dude.
Oh, that's good. I think the drop off is real though, because then what do you got? Like Michael Redd? I'm not sure where.
Can we like?
What
the
else?
Bulls got Jordan and Pippen.
Yeah,
and Larsa.
Jeez.
Well, who would be their center?
Bill Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright.
Oh, no, Robin.
Bush Gibson.
Was Robin a forward or a center? He was a center.
Rodman?
Oh, Rodman.
Oh, Rodman's a forward.
Okay, so yeah, it would be
maybe in today's day and age, like somebody probably could get away with him being a center.
Horace Grant. I just like his goggles. Want some more for the bag?
One more. I would say it's the Lakers, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
I'd say Heat.
Heat have a good team too, though. It just depends on where LeBron goes.
Stop.
LeBron goes to Cleveland, probably.
Cleveland could put a Brad Daugherty.
Oh no! No way you started with that name, dude.
What are you talking about?
Brad, I gotta look up his stats right now because I don't think is that the
because you thinking of NASCAR Brad Daugherty. You know, he played basketball before that.
Brad Daugherty. Daugherty. All right, his career stats: 15 points a game. This is what you're throwing at me? No way.
Center, dude.
Oh, that's not bad for a center, actually. Yeah, 7 feet. Ooh, wow. Number 1 pick of the 86 draft. You're not making my team, dude. I don't care. Kevin Love.
Bigger than NASCAR now.
Yeah.
All right. What's the last in the mixed bag?
Mario Cristobal talks about what he expects in year 2 with the Canes.
It's the natural progression of a second year of a program. And we have a really nice combination of guys that we retained that were really our higher level players, good leaders with an influx of talent with, I believe, 26 freshmen, another 12 to 14 portal guys. So it's a nice combination of new guys, older guys with experience, high-level talent. Some guys are going to have, some roles to play on special teams as they work their way to, being on the offense and defense. And then some other guys are going to be just about plug-and-play guys as long as they earn it. But we want to put the guys on the field that we trust, and we certainly felt really good coming out of spring.
I like it.
He's talking the talk, but
kind of.
Well, it's coach speak, but I don't think anybody really knows until you see these guys play a game how it's all coming together. So we'll see. Like, I think it was, believe it or not, I think this team this year is going to look better based on addition by subtraction. You got rid of the guys who didn't want to be here, who didn't buy in. And if you have a whole room full of guys who buy in, you're going to look better.
Tony says that Leroy needs to get his ass pieced up so he can show respect for the small and the old.
Wow.
If you weigh 122 pounds, come get some.
Go watch that fight, man. Go watch the monster.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll go watch the fight if J-Fig goes out and get in the sun.
Damn. Wow. On the way out. Dude.
Really? Why?
Just listen. Just put a little sunscreen on. What do you call that? You know what y'all do. I don't know how to do it. And just get you a little tan.
Oh man! If you guys missed it, we talked to Mike McDaniel's childhood friend, Dan Soder. He joins us next. To the Toilet of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toilet of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. And coming to the Dania Beach Improv, Thursday's got one show. Friday and Saturday has a pair of shows each day. Dan Soder joining us here. He's going to be at the Dania Beach Improv. Dan, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Nice to see you or talk to you guys. See you. I don't know what the hell that was.
It's
nice to talk to you.
It is good to talk to you, man. Now you, Dan, you are childhood friends with our beloved Mike McDaniel. This man, he charmed us last year. Not only brought us fun football for the first time in 20 years, but he's different, man. Like what was a young Mike McDaniel like from when you guys were friends in school?
Exactly what he is right now. He's exactly, to quote the great Dennis Green, he is who you thought he was. He is a weirdo, a genius, and just like, he's the best. And it's still mind blowing to me that I'm having a phone call with the sports about Mike McDaniel being there. It's just nuts. It's surreal to this day, but I've seen him work for the past 20 years, through different levels in the NFL, and it's so awesome to see him. And I can't believe he made me into a Dolphins fan.
So last year, because I believe you're normally 49ers fan. So last year when it's 49ers Dolphins.
Here's the real talk about it. I am a lifelong 49ers fan. Bang, bang, Niner gang until the grave. However, because of my love of Mike McDaniel, for the first time in my life, I couldn't cheer for the Niners. I had to go.
Wow.
When they ripped that 70-yard touchdown to open the game, I was like, all right, Dolphins, here we go. And then the best defense in the NFL came a-calling. But I'm very excited for this season. I think Mike and I think the organization has put themselves in a situation where, it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. Getting Jalen Ramsey's mind blowing. I don't know, man. I never thought I'd be this into the Dolphins. I swear to God, I never thought I'd be reading everything about that I could every day about the Dolphins.
When you saw I guess the relationship that he had with Tua kind of blossoming last year, were you surprised that a guy like him could infuse confidence into a guy who seemingly was broken on confidence? They talked about Tua's confidence kind of getting wrecked by the last coaches. So the first thing that Mike did, really harboring that relationship and making him, believe in himself again. Were you probably weren't surprised by that he was able to get that out of Tua?
Mike knows football better than anyone I've ever known, but Mike is one of the best coaches I've ever seen in my life being able to relate to their players, because he doesn't do it in a phony way. Everything about Mike is very sincere. And I saw that when he was in Washington. I saw that when he was in Atlanta, back in Houston. Back in Houston, when he started his career with first season with the Broncos, then with the Houston Texans, we would talk on the phone and he would be hanging out with players because he was the same age as them. So I think he came up in a way of being able to relate to players where he's not doing the old military, don't look at me, I'll give you water when you need water. He's kind of makes jokes with them, jokes around with them and really tells them hey, if you do this, we can be successful. So I think that's when I saw him doing that with Tua, and then to see how it paid off with Tua playing unbelievably before he was injured, it wasn't a surprise to me because that's just who McDaniel is.
Are you shocked that more coaches haven't kind of adapted that in that, look, you're in this together. And in most cases, the player is going to be there and you're not. One of the things that I had a problem with the last coach is that he didn't instill any confidence in Tua. And Tua didn't ask to be brought to Miami. You brought him here. So shouldn't you do everything you can? I think that's one of the things we all appreciate about Mike McDaniel is that every player that he has a conversation with, it's all about, I'm going to help you and you're going to help me be the best version of the Dolphins we can be. And it's good to see.
Yeah, I think what he really relies on is the fact that it's going to be a mutual benefit. It's going to benefit both people if they buy in. And also the thing I loved about Mike was he looked at Tua and he was like, oh, I see what you can do. And then he started showing him basketball highlights. He started showing him highlights of like, Jason Williams or AI giving little dishes, or Kobe. He would show him little like, I need you to make these kind of passes, like put it to the guys that are getting open. So he's really good at reframing stuff in order to get a clearer view on it. And I think that's something that that's always been the way Mike has been. Always. Like, I remember when we were in like 8th grade and we were doing homework, and I was like, I hate homework, because I used to like stay at his house a lot. And I hated homework, and he was a good student, and he was like, oh, well, like put on music, like make it kind of entertaining to be doing your homework. Don't make it like boring and like eating your vegetables. And that's just always been a thing that Mike has been able to do, is reframe situations in order for you to get a better look at it. And so it's awesome that it's really cool that it's happening at the NFL level,
Okay, I'm confused here, because you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Mike is kind of a comedian in his delivery. But I got to imagine when you guys were kids, like you didn't think like, man, I got a crazy friend here, because he's quoting Socrates to us, and we just had a conversation. I said, Tobin, there ain't no way in hell in our relationship is any one of us ever venturing into Socrates.
I mean, the great thing about Mike is he can, it's like in comedy, you want to play to the room. You're connecting to each audience every night.
Right.
So it's like the guys that just do the same act over and over, you can kind of tell and it's boring. But when someone can connect with an audience and relate to them in certain ways, it makes every little thing a little bit different and a little bit better. And I think McDaniel's got that quality, because, like with me, I've been obsessed with comedy the way he's been obsessed with football since we were kids. So he was always able to make like silly random references that only I would get when we were hanging out. And that's kind of his personality. You know what I mean? Like, he can get into a situation and quote something and you're like, oh, that's random. I don't know why the hell you know that, but it just makes sense coming from him.
Talking to Dan Soder, who's going to be at the Dania Beach Improv Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. Get your tickets to go see Dan. Good friends with Mike McDaniel, show from Billions. I'm curious, Dan, you guys being childhood friends and both having unconventional goals, now that you've both kind of like made it, right? Like levels of fame, great success. Do you guys sit back? Like, are you talking about what famous life is like now that like he's at the pinnacle of coaching? He's hobnobbing with Eric Spoelstra courtside NBA finals. I'm sure you're in with the Hollywood types and all the things that are going on with having a hit show and things like that. Like, what are those moments like? Just thinking about, damn, we've actually done what we said we were going to do.
I mean, what's crazy, man, is that's a 2-part answer. Number one, no matter how successful you get, Mike still didn't get any NBA Finals tickets so I could watch my Nuggets beat the hell out of your Heat. But he did miss me on that one, which I was like, come on. If you're going to get me a 40th birthday present, get me some Finals tickets. But I understand he's got to cheer for the Heat,
So you think he was lying? Guy now, Dan? You think he was lying? Like, because I was wondering this too, as a Denver guy, who was Mike really rooting? Because he was there at every playoff game.
I'm gonna tell you right now, as a guy that's watched several Denver Nuggets games with Mike McDaniel throughout the years, he was being very polite to you guys. So I want you to know that he's been taking a beating in our group chat because he felt the need to tell you guys that he thought the Heat was going to win. When I know that he knows, and he's a smart enough man, he went to Yale, that there was no way you guys were beating Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray this year. So I just want you guys to know that he cares about you so much that he would lie to himself that the Heat had any chance against the Nuggets.
Well, that's what. See, Dan, I'm curious about, like, is he being polite to us or is he being polite to Spo? Because it felt like there was a coaching bromance that was brewing. So, like, does he have?
I think what it is I think, Mike's explained to me, once you get to this level in sports, that really alliances that you had from when your childhood and stuff. Because the Dolphins' home opener this year is against the Broncos, and I'm very excited to go to that game because I grew up a 49ers fan in Denver, and he grew up a huge Broncos fan. And so I'm the 7th grader in me is very excited to watch him and the Dolphins beat the tar out of the Broncos week 3. And so it's interesting because I asked him, I'm like, are you a Broncos fan at all? He's like, man, I gave all that up. But I still think he loves the Nuggets. That's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
Different sport.
It was
Dan. I hate to say this to you, okay? And this is just friends talking, and I think that the next time you go into the chat, you should mention this: is that all the games that Mike McDaniel went to, right? He went by himself, and there was a seat open next to him.
That's true.
I mean, that's
true.
I'm in Montreal right now. I almost just punched my hotel wall. I almost just punched my hotel wall.
Hey, you might want to bring it up.
And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. What makes me so mad about that is I know McDaniel did not bring me to a game because I would have been head to toe dripping in mile-high basketball gear. I would have been in an Alex English jersey and tearaway Nuggets pants with a Nuggets hat on, letting the people of Miami know we were about to be NBA champions. So that makes me so mad.
Well, you can't be mad that he didn't bring you there as a guest of Eric Spoelstra.
I don't care. I don't care, dude. When we were growing up watching Mutombo and then we were watching Melo get us to the first rounds and get knocked out, when all that was happening, if I would have told him, hey, one day you'll be able to you'll bring me to a finals game, but you'll be worried I'll be wearing too much Nuggets stuff. Man, that makes me so mad. But you know what? Whatever, man. I'm not messing with his business. I get it.
You didn't hear this from us. You didn't hear this from me.
What did you think of Nikola Jokic not caring about going to a parade?
Oh, my God. It was the best. I'm telling you right now, the best thing about Nikola Jokic is he was the superstar that Denver needed, because when Carmelo Anthony forced that trade in 2010, and a lot of people forget about this, but Melo forced that trade. And the Nuggets front office, the Nuggets were just in the Western Conference Finals. They lose to the Lakers, and Melo goes, get me out of here. I want to play in New York or LA. And then he basically made us trade him to the Knicks for like Gallinari. I think we got Fulton, Gallinari. We got some good players like Tyson Chandler and stuff, but he blew up the Nuggets. And I was like, man, we are never going to get a superstar to come to Denver, because if Melo was out, it told all the other superstars, why would I go to Denver? And then we got a big, goofy ass Serbian that can just ball and doesn't care about any of that. And so when I saw him be like, I don't want to go to parade. We need that Thursday. You're like, dude, let's go. I love him. Go race your donkeys, Jokic. And then he went to parade. I don't know if you saw him say that. One of my favorite quotes.
I saw he was happy about parade, but I saw him yesterday. He won some horse race in Serbia, and he seemed more excited about winning the horse race than he did winning the championship.
You know what, dude? I hope he wins all the donkey and horse races he wants in Serbia, because if he keeps playing that way, man, he made it. When the Heat, you guys have had championships with Dwayne Wade and Shaq, and then you had the LeBron years. So Heat fans, you kind of have a little swag of like, oh, we kind of know what it's like to be a champion. The Nuggets, we were always losers. We were always like, we're going to lose. Somehow this is going to happen. So this playoff run, I was like, when is it going to happen? Then we beat Phoenix, and I was like, well, that was surprising. And then we swept the Lakers on the day that Melo retired, which was pretty sweet. And then playing the Heat, I was like, Jimmy Butler's going to kill us. I know I'm talking crap right now, but I was straight up like, Jimmy Butler's playing out of his mind. And then for us to actually win the championship because of that big, goofy Serbian, I loved it.
Go watch Dan Soder this weekend at the Dania Beach Improv. He's got shows Thursday, one show. He's got 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. Chances Mike McDaniel shows up to one of the shows, Dan.
It's training camp. You guys don't want him there, but I believe his wife's coming, so I'm gonna be able to hang out with some of the McDaniel family. But he's got training camp, man. I'm telling you guys right now, as Dolphins fans, once McDaniel gets locked in, I like, the only time I'll see him is when I go to games, because he's that locked in. That's how focused he is on the Dolphins.
Our producer Marcos, he does some of the setups over there at Dania. He's told us comedians sometimes have special requests. Do you have anything we can boss Marcos into getting you anything? You want anything for your? No. I mean,
let's not get crazy.
He's a good friend of the show now, Marcos. Like, I want you to make sure you treat him right. So, like, do you have any? You want like some Kobe beef or anything? Like, you know, whatever.
Oh, man,
some
that would be- let me
strange,
get-
some
let me get
strange
some-
request that you need for Marcos to go get it for Dan, Marcos. Jeez.
I want Wagyu sliders, dude. I want Wagyu.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
We had him at Prime 112.
There you go, Marcos.
You know what?
Got crystal.
You know
burger
what,
money.
Marcos? All I can ask of you is just we're gonna have play me Perry Como, Papa Loves Mambo when I come on stage. That's my only request. I like coming up to goofy ass songs.
You
so
got
find me a goofy ass song to come on stage to.
Papa Loves Mambo. I can do that. That sounds way cheaper than Wagyu sliders.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time, Dan. Go
Thanks,
watch
Dan.
the Dania Beach Improv. Thanks for the fun, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. Go as I'm always gonna say, go Niners, but also go Dolphins. Let's win the AFC, huh?
Let's win the AFC. Let's go. There you go. Dan Soder. Go check him out this weekend.
Hey, man, I got to tell you.
That was fun.